Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, Bashers. Friday night show. 6:10 start date because Usha's doing a show, and I just had still a couple of things I had to wrap up and get out of the way so I can enjoy it. Tonight we're gonna have this Petraiolo Brunello di Boltocino. Because I'm feeling Italian wine tonight. How's everybody doing out there in the Bashosphere? It's great to have you. Panel Powers coming back for you. The astronomical spring has begun in the Northern Hemisphere with the vernal equinox. There it has. He said it. You know it. He's a scientist. So for sure he knows what he's talking about. Mr. Brooker's here. Well done, Panel Power. Evening all shall catch the replay later. Upvoted. Thank you, buddy. Upvote if you can. Upvote if you can. We appreciate it. Driving Sundays. So hopefully some photos. Great. Nice. Look forward to it. I got to figure out what I'm doing on Sunday because I've got to go to Aunt Norma's mass, which is at noon. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to time it. So I might do well, that's at noon. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. I might not do Sunday mass. I might not be able to because it's New Jersey. It's traveling. So I have to go and do that. So we'll figure it out. I'll figure something out and I'll let you guys all know, as I always do. Renaissance is here. Life is short and we have never too much time. I never see him with Friday quotes. Wow. Life is short and we never have too much time for gladdening the hearts of those who are traveling in the dark journey with us. Make haste to be kind. Indeed, it's not hard to do. Stretching up his hands to reach the stars. Too often man forgets the flowers at his heart. Yes, indeed. Stretching up his hand to reach the stars. Too often man forgets the flowers at his feet. I agree. Everything has been figured out except how to live. How do I live without you? I want to know. Everybody did that song. That song came out, and I think it was Leanne Rimes and Faith Hill, and everybody wanted a chunk of that Diane Warren song, which still didn't win an Oscar because the songs are actually. I don't want to. Let me get through Renaissance first. Let me give his full attention. I have always been fascinated by the poetic conditioning of Twilight, by its transformative qualities, its power of turning the ordinary into something magical and otherworldly. Indeed. I agree. Twilight is a magical place. It is indeed. Did anybody see? I know, well, of course, Julian already told us how he felt about the Oscars. Did anybody hear that song? It's called Golden, and it's from some Korean K-pop anime feature film. How is that Oscar caliber? It's just a pop song. It has no gravity. It has no gravity. And we will nominate no song without gravity. It is just absolute bonkers that they should just not give an Oscar away that year. Just like these are all crap. It's crap. It's just production house garbage. Not artistic. It's not poetic. It's just pandery lyrics for 13-year-old girls. Horrible. The beautiful Louise Hartnett is here. Hello, beautiful hearts. Hearts to the Basher ladies. Good evening, Dirk and Oisin and all the Bashers. He's not here yet, but he will be soon. And thank you, beautiful one. Brad Crozier, hello, hooray. Let the show begin. I've been waiting. I love him. I've been waiting for a girl like you. What a singer. I'll take him over Steve Perry any day. No, I didn't do a show yesterday. I had too many things. It was just impossible for me to navigate it and do it. What's on the wrist and what's in the glass? On the wrist is the 2013 Millhouse. And a new old stock. I got it 2 years ago. It is still absolutely pristine and gorgeous. And I still have the sticker on the clasp. And I still have the sticker on the back. Because I'm like that. I'm weird like that. And in the glass tonight will be the Petraiolo Brunello di Boltocino. And I'll probably open it up in a moment. I probably will, just to get it to breathe a bit. Ciao a tutti, ciao a tutti. Ush touched off on the topic of fragrances. Some old names popped up. On my mind was Kouros, classic, an old fave. It can't replace my Dior Homme Parfum. Now, listen, you know me, I love to talk parfum until I'm blue in the face. Kouros is a classic, an all-time classic, which I believe is discontinued, as are most of the classic YSL fragrances. That house went through turmoil when he died. as we all know, Kering, which was Gucci Group, purchased it, and Tom Ford was installed as the creative director, and he came up with my favorite fragrance of all time, YSL M7, which has been reformulated, discontinued, reformulated, and they just put the real stuff out already. It's nonsense that they do that. It was the very first commercially available oud fragrance, agar wood, very first one ever. And then, of course, it was before its time. It's 2002, so um, people just weren't gravitating towards that masculine of a scent, and now we have women wearing it. So yeah, and Dior Homme Parfum. My favorite Dior is, of course, the original, not Sauvage. Oh, Sauvage. To me, it just reminds me of my friend's dad, Mr. Francois. They were the most elegant Parisian couple. She's still with us. He's not. And she smells like L'Art du Temps by Nina Ricci, and he smelled like that. And I remember going into their powder room and just going spraying it. I loved it. It's my favorite Dior fragrance of all time. Is the original Eau Sauvage. Amazing. Eau Sauvage. Of course, I wear, and I'm wearing it right now, Habit Rouge by Guerlain. That's my fragrance. Happy Friday. Hey, Tesh. Oh, we love you, Hitesh. How are you? We'll watch the show after work. Please leave it on. I will. I will leave it on for a bit. I will, indeed. I will. Unless it gets really crazy and then I have to, and then I'll just give you a passcode to get in there. Something fun. Dirk, I wore polo. I wore polo in that dark blue bottle in the 80s. I still have two bottles left over in the white box that it came in. Oh, you wore polo. I remember that. I mean, obviously the classic is the green bottle, which I find to be far too strong. The fragrances way back in the day were woof, Aramis, Escada, Polo, and the Polo. I was thinking the blue bottle, was that not Polo Sport? They were just atom bombs, and fragrances change over time. Unfortunately, they reformulate. I don't know why they tinker or toy with stuff. I don't see the reason for it. It seems hideous to me that they do that. They should just leave them alone and just come up with a flanker. That's all they have to do. They could do Polo, and Polo's got 800 flankers. There's Polo, Polo Sport, Polo. There's a million of them. Purple Label. They've had so many iterations over the years. When M7 came out, they had a flanker called M7 Fresh, which, believe it or not, I've never smelled it. It was more of an active, sporty scent, M7 Fresh. I never smelled it. It came in a clear bottle. And I always said, "Oh, I'll get a bottle of that," and I never did. Gucci Rush, 5 different iterations. I loved the men's version. It was very white peppery. It was cool. It was very, very cool. It was fresh for summer. However, it had a real dark, smoky kind of peppery vibe to it, which was really good. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, man. I don't know why. Speaking of atom bombs, Paco Rabanne. When Paco Rabanne's kind of made a huge comeback with their, I think it's called 1 million. That's fragrance houses come and go, and of course, the most expensive and the most elegant back in the day for women was called Joy by Jean Patou. And my mother wore it, and I think she had a bottle that lasted her forever. Um, but that fragrance, became old fuddy duddy like Chanel Number 5 did, and a lot of fragrances were associated with old ladies sitting behind you in church, too floral. But times change, like I said, and formulations happen. Now, Joy was bought by Jean Patou was bought by Dior, and Dior took the name Joy and slapped it on a Dior perfume. It is not Joy by Jean Patou, and it is not the same fragrance. It is way different, and it's a shame that they decided to take one of the most storied fragrance houses in the world and just destroy it. It's like what is that word? When corporate raiders. That's exactly what that is. If a company comes and buys a tech company, or they buy an airline and then they just decide to part it out and sell off all its parts. That's essentially what Dior did. I have never, other than Eau Sauvage, I don't like that new Sauvage. I think it's nasty. But I think it smells nasty on everybody. I just don't like it. Sometimes a fragrance doesn't work for you, and that's fine. Like Paul wears Antaeus by Chanel. I could never pull that off. It's dark and musky and cedary, and it's just got a much different kind of thing than I could ever wear. I love the way it smells. I associate it with him. That's what it smells like. And whenever he's ever used it, if I'm not home, I could tell, like, because it just it's incredible projection and sillage is outrageous, and that's been discontinued too and brought back throughout time. Um, yeah, I'm in fragrance. I mean, what do I mean? My mains are obviously M7 is my favorite, which is I have the reformulation, which is meh, and I've got the original, which I rarely, if ever, wear, that I got from Jocelyn, and amongst so many other fragrances. But Habit Rouge is my daily wearer. I got some last time I was in Italy, and I almost that bottle's probably three-quarters of the way done, and it's the Eau de Toilette. It is not even the Eau de Parfum. The American one that I have, the American one, the modern one that I have is the Eau de Parfum, because the Parfum formulation is like just too loud. So that's what I tend to wear, and every day after a shower, I take 4711 and I give myself a splash of that, because I just think it smells fresh after a shower. It doesn't last; it disappears pretty quick. And then, of course, for the summer, um, this guy, I happen to have it on my desk, Quercus, which I still absolutely love. It's my favorite summer fragrance. Men, women, doesn't matter. Whoever wears this, it is so absolutely gorgeous. Penhaligon's. I haven't really hit it that hard. I got it full last year, and I absolutely love this as well. This is something I wore for years after M7 disappears. I mean, they're not even closely, they're not similar in any way, shape, or form. You have to fall in love with a different fragrance after a while. Once your fragrance gets discontinued, it's like you're kind of screwed. You don't really know what to do. Um, and then you start smelling everything. I've always said this to people: don't ever buy anybody fragrance ever, unless you're buying them a sample, giving them samples. That's great because they can try it out. You need to wear it and see if you like it. Wear it, see how it projects, see how long it lasts, see if you like the way it smells on your clothes, your sheets, all that stuff. Um, and then get it. But after your main fragrance that you've been in love with and you've worn for years, if it gets discontinued, it's quite a conundrum. You get lost in the fray because there's so many other fragrances that purport to be like them, but they aren't. And you'll find like this one has too much mandarin, and this one has too many aldehydes, or any of that stuff. It's a very complex piece of chemistry, and it also reacts to your body differently. And that fragrance that you thought smelled just like the fragrance you're missing, the second you put it on, it will change. And that is a problem too. So it's a crapshoot. It really is, you know. Panel Power is Sheriff 9 Nero 7. I get it from Campo Marzo 70 in Rome. Yeah, it's a great place to get it. And that's a pricey one. Beautiful. Currently dusted Il Bleu de Chanel Parfum. It's very subtle compared to it is subtle. It is by far their most popular fragrance right now for men. The Bleu de Chanel is crazy. And I don't really have much experience with it. I check it out in duty freeze. And it's always sold out. So like I could never even buy. I like it. I don't know if it would work for me, but I think as we age, yeah, they do. I mean, I'm still obsessed with M7. It's still my absolute man. It goes on like cherry cola and then turns into this dark, smoky Middle Eastern. Uh, it's a fantasy fragrance, and it's forever in my head. Like I don't even know what the fresh one smelled like, because the bottle that I have is 30 years old, 20, 25 years old, and it's the original formulation. I don't, it's obviously changed. Its complexity has changed. Its concentration has changed. In the bottle, it's like wine. It changes, man. It really does. And some of them go bad. Not all of them, but some of them do. Andy, the Ancient One, is here. Good evening, kind sir. Wishing you and yours only good things. Hey, buddy boy, how are you? Let me put your banner up there. Where's your banner? Where's your banner? He's got a banner. Only good things. Do only good things today if you can. It doesn't hurt anybody to do something nice for somebody, you know? Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Got a bottle of Sauvage as a gift for Christmas. Tried it the other day. It's not. No, it's not. But it's not even. Doesn't even JoJo. Hey JoJo. It doesn't even purport to be the same thing because it is not even in the same camp. It's not this. Not even close to the same formula. I mean, JoJo. I mean, man, Eau Sauvage on you. Forget it. Just wow. It would be amazing. Eau Sauvage still smells like Eau Sauvage. I think that they did a reformulation in the 90s and people went bananas. So I hope that that's true. I did smell it recently and I went, oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, but that's Sauvage. And, it's got that. I don't know. I don't think every fragrance needs to be unisex. That's how I feel about that fragrance. Like, you know what? I like a masculine scent and I love a beautiful lady scent. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The one that really crossed the line for everybody was CK1, which I think smells like an airplane bathroom. When you go into an airplane bathroom, it's got that smell. That's what CK1 smells like to me. It's some kind of soap, and it's a little bit citrusy. It's whatever the cleaning company uses to sterilize an airline toilet. And I'm not trying to say, and I don't think it's the worst smell in the world, but that's just reminds me of, and the memory that I have is being on Lufthansa when I was 7 years old, because we used to fly on lots of different. My father could get us tickets on any airline when we wanted to fly, and we would often wind up on weird airlines. And we wound up on Lufthansa. I guess we went to Germany, and then we wound up in. I remember saying when I was a kid, and when I was touring, I was like, "Oh God, I've never been to Germany." And everybody's like, "Yeah, you've been there." I was like, "I was? I don't know." Because it doesn't really. I went to Greenland too. We stopped in we stopped in weird places. We were old timey. This is 707s. I was traveling before 747s, which came out in 1970. I was traveling since I was born, and my father would just route us on weird things and stuff. But I remember it just reminds me of the airplane toilets. I know that sounds like a very harsh criticism, and it kind of is. But CK1 became this unisex thing that men and women, then women started wearing men's cologne, and sure, that's fine. But then they started formulating to make things a little bit more unisex. And sometimes you want to smell like a tiger, right? That'd be fun, right? Aaron O'Malley says, "What do you think of Lancome for men? That like the actual Lancome for men?" Hey, Aaron, how are you? Let me see if it's the same one I'm thinking of. Oh, Lancome. Is it? Let me see. Let's go. Let me see which one it is. I'll put you on the chat. Hold on. I'll put up the screen so everybody can see what I was looking at. Chrome tab, bestsellers. Okay. So I'm in Lancome. Do I want 30% off? Not right now. I'm not looking for that. Parfum. Okay, let's go. For men. Is there a drop down so I can get it for men? Men. Let's see. This is not helping me out. Hold on. Lancome fragrances for men. Okay. Let's see what it says here. Lancome cologne for men. I like how they use. Oh no, I don't want to be on that website. No. Lancome. Here we go. This is where it was a minute ago. Why can't I get to the men by scent? No, online services. Once I get the look at the bottle, I'll remember. Lancome. Lancome's great house. Great house. There's Miracle. Oh, do you mean I don't know what that is. What's it called, Aaron, exactly? Do you know? Oh, it's called Hypnoise. Hypnoise. Okay, let's see it. I think this is it right here. Hypnoise. There it is. Okay. I do not know this. I have never had it. So let me see. Lancome. And I'll go see what the accords are. Was. I didn't open it yet. Oh. Paul's here. He's like, where's the wine? I'll open the bottle.
No rush.
Okay. Let's see what Fragrantica says it is. Okay, it's aromatic, warm and spicy, lavender, not a fan. Amber, big fan. Fresh, spicy, that's vague. Citrus, fan. Green, fan. Patchouli, M7's got patchouli in it. Musky, I'm powdery. Powdery being the last one on the list sounds great. That bottle's gorgeous, though. Wow, that bottle is beautiful. Aaron, I'm going to go try to smell that this weekend. I would love to see what that's like. I like the house. If you're ever interested in knowing about a fragrance, Fragrantica is wonderful because of this. They do this. They pop the accords and they tell you what's in it. I'm not a big fan of lavender at all, except for laundry in Jackson Heights, Queens. That's what it smells like to me. Lavender just smells like uh, Latino laundry because they love that stuff called fabuloso, and it's just part of the culture. And it smells good. It's just it can be overpowering. So not the biggest fan of that, but very cool. I will check that up. Interesting. Thanks, Aaron, for that. Very, very, very cool. Um, yeah. Let's see, what did I miss here? What did I miss here? I feel like I missed a bunch. Oh, Brad. As for hand soap, I like the fragrance of Paris. Yeah, it's nice. The scent that comes in the orange and white 3-pack little box. My favorite soap, if I had my druthers and I could use soap, that soap would be L'Occitane, and it's their verbena. Man, I love verbena. I love the fragrance. I love the scent. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And if I could afford that as a regular hand soap, I would use it all the time. Wonderful says, "Ooh, the urinal puck." Yeah, well, that smell too. That CK1 has a little bit of that. Anthony Chen, hey Anthony, my lady friend described my Armani Privé Oud Royal as being choked at first. Okay, so yeah, now I know this fragrance very, very well, and I will agree. Oud fragrances tend to go on very heavy-handed, so they therefore formulated in a way so something else happens. In the initial spray. In the M7's case, it was everybody called it Dr. Pepper. It had like a cherry Coke kind of vibe, but it dissipates very quickly and it evolves. And that's what a great oud will do. And there's a lot of real, true Middle Eastern fragrances that go overboard with oud, and then you just smell like an ashtray. So I don't know how good that is. I can only get it at the airport. Oh, well, maybe I will be checking that out at an airport. Hmm. Quite possible. All the girlfriends have liked it. Oh, is that right? Oh, so you wear that? Look at that. I get the Aaron. Look at this. Out of all the guys, now I forget what it was. I think it was Burberry. We Emmett and I were in Italy in the town, and I have a place there. It's called Parfumerie Stephanie, and she's a French woman that lives there. And I've always been able to find everything I want in there in this small little town. Of course, I'm going to find what I want. And they didn't have more M7 in there, but they did have the Habit Rouge. They did have the eau de toilette, which had been looking for a long time. And Emmett was with me, and he goes, "Oh my God, look, there's the Burberry," and he got that too. And that was like this. I think it was like a formal, like a after six, or I forget what it was called. Emmett will be able to tell you what it's called because he got a bottle of that. That was his favorite fragrance. I don't know if you remember that he liked that, or if that's something he picked up when he moved to Italy, or when did he? And they don't make it anymore. And this place, this Parfumerie Stephanie, she has like cases and bottles of stuff that is just unbelievable. And, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I could smell dry cork. I could smell it. Shit. I hate when they don't store wine bottles right. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. I love you. All right. I got to do some. Okay. Get up. That's not going in the way I want it to. Wow, this cork is super duper dry. Wow. Wow, weak zowie, that's dry. Get in there, you bastard. Sweet dreams, you bastard. What album's that from? Oh, JoJo, the L'Occitane Verbena liquid soap, hand soap. Of course, you have it in every restaurant. It's the ultimate answer. Nothing smells fresher or more delicious than that stuff at all. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. There it goes. That's why this Le Creuset. Look at that. Look at that. Look how badly that was stored. Badly stored. Crap. Okay, so one for Paolo. This is Brunello di Montalcino. This is not a shabby wine. There's a reason why I got this. I was gonna go get some wine, and I said, you know what? Your wine is ready. The reason why I got it is because booked to go do some damage, and yeah, I'm looking forward to making that happen. Hey, Ray. I use the. Oh, do you? Is that what you smell like? Stop it. Stop being so JoJo. I use the Verbena shower soap exclusively. You smell good. I know what you smell like now. Your wine looks great. Is that from the? No, it's not. They are on holiday right now, and I'm not looking after their beautiful puppy. They have somebody living in their apartment for that time being, which is fine. Because I didn't even know they were going, so they just said, "Listen, keep an eye out," and blah blah blah. Which, of course, I will. No, it isn't. It would have been Spanish had they given me one. They've given me some Spanish wine. This is Brunello di Montalcino, and it is 14%. I like 13.5 or 13 if I can get it, but it's hard to find. But this is the wine if you are so interested in drinking a Brunello, which is a really great wine. It's wonderful. And this was, I don't know, it wasn't that expensive. It was like $40. It's more expensive than any of the wines I've been buying lately. That's for sure. But Brunello is one of the top wines in it's Tuscan and all that stuff. But it's it's usually it's 100% Sangiovese, but it's grapes have a lot more structure and aging potential, and they're very tannic. But it's really, really great. And the grape is called Sangiovese Grosso, and it's grown in Montalcino. It's a beautiful wine, and let's see how it tastes. I usually wait till he gets here, but he's been so late lately. He's been so late. You're late. You're late for a very important day. Oh, right, Chuck Norris died, and I was shocked to find out he was 86 years old. Wow. Everybody's getting so old, including myself. Wow. Wowee. Your wine is ready. So Jojo. Okay, here you go. Here, cheers. There you go. Cheers, everybody. Mm. Oh boy. A dry cork, but that wine tastes good, but it needs a little bit of. They was it God of Thunder. It's a little big off the top. Chuck Norris, yeah, I couldn't believe that. He had a really big show here in the States, which was maybe one of the worst TV shows ever made. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but he was like a local sheriff, and he knew how to do martial arts. Shocking. But I remember, man, he was so part of the 70s and 80s culture in America. Everywhere you looked, what was the name of this? Walker, Texas Ranger. Sorry about that. Oh, is that right? Oh, isn't that great? Chuck Norris was great pals with Benjamin Milakovsky. Oh, of course. Well, really? Why? Why in the world would he be friends with him? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Was he getting like APAC money? Oh man, Aaron's drinking a Suave. I love Suave. I can't wait for white wine season. It's not white wine season here yet, but I can't wait for white wine season because, especially, I love Suave. Uh, that Brunello is good to have with spaghetti. Everything's good to have with spaghetti. As a matter of fact, you know what, Brad? I make a lot of different pastas at home, but if I'm ever in a restaurant, especially in Italy, I order spaghetti. And that's because Dana and Emmett's child always gets spaghetti with tomato sauce. And we order them, you know, something, some ridiculous shape with mushrooms or whatever. And we all look at that plate and go, "That's what we should have got with some Parmigiano Reggiano or Grana Padano." And now, when I go into a restaurant, I order a bowl of spaghetti. That's all I want, with some bread and a glass of wine, and I'm done. I don't need anything else. I'm not a dessert guy or any of that stuff, at all. Not at all. But yeah, that sounds great. Spaghetti. God, I want spaghetti now. I had pasta for lunch. I can't even tell you what the name of this shape was. It looks like some kind of tall hat. Paul picked it up at the local Rosario's up in Astoria, and it's like Corniglioni or Cornelian. I don't know what it is. Not Corneliani. Corneliani is a beautiful menswear company from Italy. Corneliani, really, really good. But that's very sad that he was friends with him. I'm sorry about that. Was that wine not laying on its side? Yes, correct. It was not. Is that what it means when a wine is corked? No, it means when a wine is corked, it means that the cork got compromised in such a way that the elements got in there, it got oxidized, and then the wine is susceptible to bacteria and all kinds of things. And the way if a dry cork is just a dry cork, and somebody just kept it like this, and it will shrink, and then it will get corked. But a bottle should always be on its side, always, always, always. That's how you store it, and then you put it up for a while, an hour or half an hour. Put it like this, so any kind of sedimentation will fall into the bottom of the bottle. But a corked bottle of wine won't kill you, but it's. Hey, I saw. I don't even remember what bottle it was, but we were doing wine night when everybody lived here, and I think it was a Chateau Margaux or it was an Angelus. It was a fancy bottle of wine. And we cracked the cork and it smelled like wet newspaper. That is the first line when you pop the cork and it smells like wet, like mildew or wet newspaper. That's when you know that there's a problem with the wine. And Emmett and O'Shane drank it. I was like, I ain't drinking. Dan was like, I ain't drinking that. Paul's like, I ain't drinking that. And they drank it because it was you know what it even might have been? You know what I think it was? Shit. I think it might have been. Was it a Margot? I'm trying to remember what the hell that was. It was something fancy, something really fancy. But yeah, I can't drink it. It won't kill you, but your stomach acid will kill whatever's in there. But it's microbes and things get in there, and it's if the cork is compromised. So a corked wine, you know it when you open the bottle. It smells sulfurous and wet newspapery, and it's not good. It's not good. Yeah. What is it? What was the one? It's the Cheval Blanc. That's what I was thinking of. I think it was a Cheval Blanc. It wasn't a 47 Cheval Blanc, but it was something like that. You know. So don't stand your wine bottles upright like I do with my vinyl albums. Yeah, no. All of your wine bottles should be on their side until you're about to drink them. You take it out, you put it on the table for a half an hour, an hour. Depends on that. And then you're good to go, Yeah. Hey, Ray Ray, lucky number 13. Hey, Blinky, 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 Blinky Room. Hey, buddy boy, great to have you live on the show. Hi, Bashers. Ever have Greek spaghetti? I don't think that I have. My mom used to make it with leftover pasta. What does that mean? Do explain. I'm the same, Dirk. Spaghetti with the sugo and green pea sauce. Oh, I like it. I love peas. Dana hates them. So I'm always like, I'm gonna make a pasta with peas because I love to make a pasta and like just an aglio olio with maybe peas, or maybe I'll do a reduction with like 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 a white wine or a sherry with some butter, a little bit of sage, and with some peas. Yum. She hates peas though. She thinks they're like Satan invented them. But that's all. That's all because of all the trips we went to Italy, and B always got spaghetti, and I always went, why didn't I get that? Why did I get the fancy, tagliatelle? Everybody in Italy eats tagliatelle. That's their favorite. I mean, every restaurant is tagliatelle, tagliatelle. It's wide flat egg spaghetti, which is delicious. It's light. It's very very light, and that's good too if you want to enjoy the bread and all the other stuff too, and the salad at the end, which I really like. Chuck Norris was so hard he ate his own placenta. Well, didn't John and Yoko do that too? Which is terrifyingly bad. Terrifying. Yeah. The only corked bottle of wine I was ever served was at Windows on the World. Wow. And they were of course they would. I've got Steven Zrally's book right in my shelf. And he was the wine director and sommelier of Windows on the World. And, a lot of people lost their lives up there. And, I mean, it was one of the most outrageous. I think the greatest collection of wine in a public place is the restaurant in Le Georges V in Paris. And I never ate in that restaurant. I stayed in the hotel, but we never ate in the restaurant. Not even for breakfast. I don't know what we were doing. I guess we were going to patisseries and stuff like that. But that place has like like a staircase that goes down to the basement, and they have like 6 different cellars, and it's supposed to be the most outrageous thing. But Windows on the World had quite the wine collection, so so don't stand your wine bottles upright. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Back in the day, they actually had some. I know, isn't that so sad that there's no? I mean, they exist, but it's a dead end field. Oh yeah, oh man, that is going where it needs to go. I've only one bottle of Brunello left from my visit last year to the Franco Pacenti Vineyard in Montalcino. Nice. Yeah, this isn't one of the most fancy vineyards in the whole wide world, Picciaiolo, and it's like not my favorite label, but it's so Italian. When you go to Italy, you see these kinds of things. Excuse the spelling. I am talking to text. Well, did you make a mistake? I didn't notice it. Oh, sommelier. We know what you meant. Le Carré, good evening. Remember to add green peas on pizza too. It is one of the best ways to ruin pizza. I don't put anything on my pizza. My pizza is margarita. I'll eat a white pizza once in a while if it's there. I mean, I'll eat any pizza. You guys know that. I'll eat airport pizza, but I really want it to have nothing on it. I want it to be bread, cheese, and sauce. I don't want anything else. I don't see the reason for it. People, you should see the crap that they have here. Chicken, hot wings. Forget about pineapple pizza. They've got chicken hot wings, and there's a place that I like. These guys are very nice. It's close by, and they're Albanian. So what do they know? And they know I'm a vegetarian, and they made an eggplant pizza. And they said, you got to get it. So, out of respect to them, I bought it. And it was a square, which is fine. And, it's not pizza. It was delicious. But I don't consider that pizza. It's not. It's not pizza. It's just not. What's the deal with I love peas, man. I'm a big fan. I use peas. I use all of them. I use the baby peas, the frozen peas, the LeSueur peas in the can with the pearl onions. Delicious. I like peas. I love pea soup. I love everything about it. Dirk, do you have a small wine for I did, and I gave it away because I don't have enough room here. In the future, I will get another one for sure. And I don't have a collection. I used to I had a little wine fridge, and I got rid of it. I did not have a place I could put it. It's just couldn't do it. And it was too big. If I had a very, very small one, I'd like to have, I think a 16 bottle wine fridge is more than enough. Then again, I don't know. I mean, I really feel as if my grandeur wine days are over. I mean, I drank them all. The only thing I've never had out of the greats is Latour. I've never had it. One day I'd like to try it. It's one of the Grand Crus, one of the first growths. I've had the rest of them. I've had all of the second growths and probably all of the third growths when it comes to the French stuff. But I think I'm just all going to be all about just drinking local Italian wines and a lot of whites and spritzing and things like that. I just think I did that already. Maybe it was I got into the wine thing. Lisha and I got into the wine thing about the same time, and we just wanted to know everything. We just wanted to learn, and took some wine classes and read everything that there was and tasted all of it. I just think that my curiosity is gone. I just don't want to drink bad wine. And I have very strong opinions about like what I don't like. I don't like a lot of New World wine. I like Old World wine. I didn't until recently. I did not like Spanish wine until I've had a couple that I thought were very good. That's obviously Old World wine, which is fine. But yeah, one of these days, melt 2 to 4 tablespoons of butter in a pan over medium heat until it foams and turns light brown. Okay, browning. Add garlic and cold spaghetti. Toss for 2 to 3 minutes. Remove the heat. Toss with plenty of grated parmesan. That's interesting. Well, that's I mean, spaghetti and butter. Yeah, baby. Butter with anything. So yeah, you just you use brown butter. That's great. I didn't know that was called Greek. I never heard of such a thing, but it's very, very cool. Swedish banana curry powder pizza is the next level. If peas are not enough. That sounds like the most hideous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Banana curry powder pizza. What the is that? Have I ever had Krug? Many times. And it is, in my humble opinion, the best of all the fancy ass champagnes. I've had a million bottles of Dom and I've had Cristal not as many times, maybe 4 or 5 times. I tried Ace of Spades, which is garbage. But I've had Ruinart, which is the first champagne, right? Or supposedly. But my favorite wine is RD by Boulanger. It's my favorite. I do love champagne, but I'll drink any sparkling wine in an airport. Because why not? Yeah. So I've had Krug, and I actually did a Krug. I bet I could find it really fast. Because there's no search function on that. Shit. Maybe it'll come up if I do it on my search on my computer. Krug. 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 Let's see. Champagne. I'll do champagne. I figured out why when you go on iCloud, why there isn't a picture of why there isn't a search engine. Show more from the apps. And that is because you use the search function on your computer to make that happen. Search in app. Okay. No, in photos, search in app. I'm going to find this right now. Oh, look at that. I'm definitely going to find it now. So a couple of years ago, my boss and friend got a bottle of Krug and I got a bottle of Dom, and we decided to do a taste off, and I found it. And this was it. I'll go through. Let me see if I can get this for you guys. So yeah. And we sat outside on her veranda, and it was a hot day, perfect day for champers. Window, here it is. Here you go. And there's the Dome. Right. There's the Krug. And yeah, we did a taste test. And I will tell you right now that the Krug destroyed the Dom Perignon. It really did. There's Diane. Hi, Diane. That's so cute. Yeah, she's pouring the Krug. She was my boss when I worked at the El Rio Grande, and my friend. And look at that, Yvonne Romani by Foray, Regis Foray. This is the same wine that is called La Tâche, which is one of the most expensive wines in the world, and that you can get uh, for almost nothing. Look at this. Look at the wines we're drinking. Look at that. This, Veuve Clicquot Rosé. A Piper. I love a Piper Split. Travellini. That's nice. It's not bad. Yeah, I got some ones. Oh, there's Diane and Chris. We're at a very fancy wedding at look at him. Look at him in front of all the Krug. Hey, Chris, you're wonderful. I miss you. Look at that. Look at all the Krug. Yeah. He was like, give me some. We went to the best wedding. I mean, one of the sickest weddings I've ever been. It was the Helmsley Palace Hotel. It was fancy. This wine I drank, and we drank in Croatia in Split. And this was the best wine I ever had. Actually, I'm so glad that I got this picture because I've tried to remember what it was called. And there's the bottle. Holy macaroni. And that is in Molly Stone. So we're drinking some Croatian wine. Look at that's the wine. The one. I tried to tell Asheen all about that. Look, there it is. Look at that. Wow, that's cool. Some Ely coffee. Anyway, got this Paolo drinking up his spritzers in Split. No, that's in Trieste. Trieste, yeah. So yes, I have had it, and it's been absolutely amazing. I love Krug. In the hot summer, I like Prosecco with fresh squeezed oranges and ice. Very refreshing. Yeah, listen, anything bubbly and effervescent and white winey is delicious. Especially on a hot day. But you know what? I gotta admit, I'm gonna sound like a real New Yorker here. On a hot day, man, I love an ice cold beer. I love it. I'm not the biggest beer drinker in the whole wide world, but I drink some of it. Where is that guy? He's very, very late. Does anybody know what he's doing on his show right now? On YouTube. Has he got a guest on his show? Back to watches. What is he doing? He's showing off watches. He's still on daylight savings time. I fall for that. What is he saying? Let's see. Chasing new stuff. What are you guys talking about? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it all depends. I love, but me too. I love them. I don't think bubbles are very nice to people. In general, you have two glasses of champagne and you can easily get a headache. Last time I got on a flight, last time we went to Italy, we had two sidecars before we got, and that's my favorite cocktail to make: fresh lime, Cointreau, and great cognac. It does, and brandy, they're kind of similar, but they're not. Like, you use a really great cognac, a super dry tasting one, and I always stir it. I don't shake it. I mean, this girl didn't know how to make it. I taught her how to make it. I said, "Do you know how to make a sidecar?" She said, "No, but tell me." I was like, "All right." And we drank it out of a plastic cup at the bar next to the gate. So how good could that be? But a sidecar is usually served in a coupe, and the components, the ingredients stay the same, but the amounts can vary. What I would always do is I would do 1.5 ounces of cognac. I would do 2 ounces of Cointreau and the juice of an entire fresh lemon. And then I would just stir that with big block ice until it kind of, dilutes. And then you sugar rim a glass, a coupe, and then you strain it in there, and you can garnish that with any kind of citrus you want. Or like I wouldn't put anything savory in there. Most of the time, I would just garnish it with like a lemon peel or an orange peel. And the thing I used to do at my job was I would make several lemon and orange peels throughout the day, and I would express the oils onto them, and then I would roll them in sugar, and then I would let them dry on the bar. So when it was time for me to put a garnish on the top, it would great. And it also makes the drink a little bit more palatable for people who don't like cognac, because cognac can be rough. Can be rough. How's Bobo? Hey, thanks so much. Bobo's doing great. I have a conundrum though, Brad. I mean, Bobo's now been here for 2 weeks almost. It'll be 2 weeks on Monday. Almost. Bobo's recuperating well, but Bobo is in a big crate, and the crate is like 3 feet by 2.5 feet. And he's got all the creature comforts, got a bed in there, which he barely sleeps in. I keep changing the blanket in there, all the food he could want, toys, catnip, and he's been, well, she, I'm sorry, it's a girl. She's been very kind and she hasn't tried to smack me, and I got my hands in there all the time. I have to make a decision soon of whether or not Bobo should be re-released out to her wild life that she had before, which was going back and forth to many other people's homes. Or she could stay with us. It depends. If she wants to stay there, it would be great. She had some cute visitors. My neighbor's kids somehow got locked out, and one of the kids had to use the bathroom. So I was like, "Come on in." And they came in and they saw Bobo, and it was really sweet. And Bobo was cool. She was cool around them. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I have a conundrum. I'm probably gonna have to decide whether or not Bobo is it fair of me to try to, Bobo's been on the street in the backyards for 6 years. Does Bobo want to stay in this? And I think what I've decided to do is maybe this weekend I'm going to open up the crate and let Bobo leave. I'm not going to open the back door or the front door, certainly never, because I've never been out there, and see if Bobo likes the place enough to want to stay there, or is screaming to get outside. That is a possibility. And if she does do that, then maybe that's the right move, is for me to allow this animal to go back to the life it had. I don't know. I'm kind of in a. Does anybody have any ideas of what they think I should do? Because listen, Rose loves Bubble. Rose doesn't do anything for Bubble other than go hi and stuff. Every once in a while, she will hand it something that is inappropriate for a cat to eat. She's almost 90. Nothing crazy. Like she'll be like a piece of bread or something. I don't have a cat, and I don't mind taking care of a cat, and I certainly don't mind part and parcel. But what would happen if something happened to her, to Rose? She's 90. I mean, chances are. I don't know whether or not I want to go through that. So I need to figure out what's going to happen down the line with Bubble. Because I took a 60% feral cat off the street to get it medical help that it needed. And now I've had it inside the house in a crate for quite a while. She's not rambunctious. She's not meowing. She's not doing anything. But she certainly doesn't. If I go to pet her, she'll hiss at me. Maybe I should just let her out. Let her make the place her own, the apartment her own. And if she goes to the back door and starts screaming her brains out, maybe it's only fair for me to allow her to have the life. Listen, the season is turning warm again, so it might be something better. I don't know. There's that other problem. Yeah, that's another issue. Bambo Dundee, how are you? New name. Yeah, that's an issue too. I already, asked Rose how she feels about that, and she, said she should come. She said she's a German citizen; she can go wherever the hell she wants. That would make the dragons super happy. Because we get her out of their way, because she, that's what they wanted. Spitefully, I would be like, we're not giving that place up. But if she wants to go, then what do I do about Bubble? I wanted to help Bubble and get Bubble the medical care that she needed. But we'll see. Well, I guess I'll just have to play it by ear, see how it goes down. Yeah, born free, as sweet as the grass grows, as sweet as the grass. Did Andy Williams sing that? Born free as the wind blows, as high as the grass grows. Born free. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I love Bubbles. That's funny how you said that. When tourists visit Sicily on a hot summer day, nothing makes them happier than get their mouth full of a cold minchia beer. Minchia. Do we tell them? Minchia. There's two things that people should get when they're in Sicily. One of them is gelato, because it's good, and also that's where you go for a real whatchamacallit, which I don't like. I'll eat one the first time I ever go to Sicily. Is what do you call those? The crusty things with the cream inside, with the mascarpone in it. What do you call it? What do you call those things? Alzheimer's. What do you call that thing? It's a C. Starts with a C. Oh shit! Oh, man, somebody come up with that. What do you call those things? I don't like them. I'm not a dessert person anyway. I mean, I'll take a taste of it. The shells, the Patriot cannoli. Yeah, cannolo, right? Or as Paul would tell everybody. Somebody said, I had the best cannoli. He said, you had the best cannolo. Because makes it, you had plural. Melly Z wants to know if I've ever seen Paint Your Wagon. Hey, Paul. Melly C wants to know if I've ever seen Paint Your Wagon. I think it's prerequisite. Paint Your Wagon. Yeah, cannoli. I don't particularly like the way that. I don't like mascarpone cheese. I'm not a fan of that particular viscosity and style. It's not my thing at all. I don't like tiramisu either, to be honest with you. It's wet. I mean, if I have food textural issues, so every once in a while, you know, I'll see if it's good, but I generally don't like it. Arancino, but arancino. When you say arancino, like the rice ball. I mean, I've had the rice ball. How crazy, rice ball. You have a rice ball. I've had millions of those. I love them. No, he likes the movie. Yeah, he likes it. I just said, he goes, not in my company. That's what he said. Because have I ever seen Paint Your Wagon? He goes, I don't know, not in my company. Of course I've seen it. Yeah. Hey, Photo Dax. Hey, where you been, Photo Dave Jax? Great to have you live on the show. How are you? He does. He likes the movie. I've had many an arancini. There you go. The plural works there. Yeah, I've had plenty of those. I like them. I like rice balls, especially if they're filled with cheese and fennel. I like fennel, which is weird. A lot of people don't particularly care for that. Granitas. Yeah, that's the big Sicilian thing too. Calabrian, strawberry granita. Yeah, I've never. That's if you're in Sicily. Hey, there he is.
Hey, man.
Hey, we're talking about
Vino.
what the real. Well, yeah, I'm having a Brunello.
Oh, how was it?
It's really good. The cork was not promising, but the wine is really good.
Yeah.
You're a fan, right? You like a good Brunello.
Sure.
Yeah. We're talking about the things that people get when they're in Italy, and like people come into Venice and go, "Let's get a pizza." Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, don't make it the focus of your. You can find a decent pizza, but if you're coming to Venice for the pizza, you've gone to the wrong town.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a fan of cannoli in general.
Right.
I've had many a cannolo and I've not enjoyed them. It's not my thing, but I will try one in Sicily because that's where you should try it.
Right.
Because it's Sicilian. You got to try the things that they're famous for. Like, I don't like
They're
puffy.
very big.
Yeah, they're huge. You got to share.
They're really, really big. Yeah.
You got to try that. Brad wants to know if I like the S cookies. You mean like Stella D'Oro, like the Anisette? I love those. In an Italian pastry shop, when they get the little S cookies that are like Anisetti. Oh, I like those with coffee.
The S's.
Yeah.
They're specific to Venice.
Are they?
La Serenissima.
Oh, because
they're a Venetian cookie.
See, I never knew
that. When Lydia's here, every time she's here, she makes sure she leaves with some S's.
Here they were marketed under a brand called Stella d'Oro. And what are they called? I guess they were called what was that called? They weren't called S cookies. You're just being colloquial, and that's fine. But man,
that's what they call them here, S's.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I never knew that. Yeah, I love those. They're delicious. That's a breakfast in Italy, by the way. Coffee and one of those things.
Sure.
They're not eating eggs and sausages and potatoes.
No.
Imagine that.
They don't love the eggs.
I'd like a full English, please. Make sure you grill that tomato.
Now, did you start your stream an hour late to accommodate for the hour difference?
No.
Okay. So
I started.
you've been on over an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But didn't you guys hit daylight saving time yet?
Not yet.
Oh, you have not. I should have done that. I don't know. I've had my head up my own arse.
It's okay. Me too. Me too. I totally forgot.
I just, we've just been chatting about stuff. Hey, great check. Yeah, I got a haircut. I got rid of, look, 90% of my beard is gone.
Nice.
This beard was like touching my here. It was so ridiculous. I just looked like I should be selling diamonds.
That looks better now.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. And I was just, I don't know what I was doing there. I was trying to audition for movie roles. I don't know. Very stupid. Hey, look, this Andy Dufresne transfer to Dirk didn't work. Oh, why not?
Oh shit! Did I not? I think I did set it up. I did. I think I did. Yeah. It was. Redirect was set up.
What's a
did I not end the other stream? Let me go out and see if the other stream is still. Did I not end it? Oh man. Let me see. Oh my god, it's still running. That was the problem. Oh my
dun, 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 dun. You didn't run a theme song and all that shit?
No, I don't run a theme song.
You don't? I thought you did.
That's what I haven't made that mistake in age. That'll tell you. I'm hungover from last night. I was out late.
But last night was what?
I didn't
March
end
19th.
the stream. I just exited the stream.
Oh.
I didn't end the stream. How long have I been on now? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Fuck. People are sitting around.
No, you've been on for like 4 minutes.
Okay, you see the numbers just went up? Look.
Oh, yeah. Look.
I just ended it.
Because people were just going, where's it going? When's it going to move me? I'll wait here. Everybody's saying it worked for them. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jim Patterson. Hey, Roofers.
I haven't made that rookie mistake in a long time.
Shit happens.
I was wondering as well. I was like, well, why are we up to 180? Anyway.
Maybe we should just start talking about Israel and Iraq or strippers or what is the thing that brings in the moolah?
Just stick to watches. It's fine. Watches are the safe space. I still have the 5512 here.
Oh man, nobody jumped on that.
He hasn't been on me for it to get it back. I have a theory. I think he has a couple of sexy watches in his window, and he knows if I see them, I'll want them, and he'd be like, "Oh fuck, I have to give it to him now." And he has to do me a deal, and he likes to help me and give me a good deal, but he'd rather sell it to some passerby and get top dollar, right? So
what does he want for that?
Well, he had it in his store for 18. Okay. But he said you can sell it to your audience for 14 if you want. Because it was sitting in his it wasn't in his window, actually. It was in his vault. He has a collection of vintage stuff. And he gave me a 55 13 weeks ago, and I wore it on the show and it sold that night.
Wow.
And he was like, you know what? I'll give you one of my prized possessions, like this collectible 5512. See if someone wants that. I said, okay. But I've had it, and people, when someone's serious, they're serious. Otherwise, they're just tire kickers.
If somebody's serious, they just buy the watch.
Yeah, they just buy it. Otherwise, it's tire kicker. Some guy in my chat was, he offered me 3 Les Pauls for it. A 2001 black custom Black Beauty, a gold top from 2021, and a 2002 standard.
Yeah. I can just tell you right off the top of your head that you immediately said no because you knew your brother would be interested in none of those because they're too new. And he's got a bunch of those. He's got a Black Beauty, right?
Yeah, but more Les Pauls is always good.
Yeah. I mean, he's got like, what is he? He's got like a hard on for something.
He doesn't need any more Les Pauls.
No, he doesn't need.
But I'd still send them.
But no,
like,
hey, there's Rolex.
There's more. Yeah. Do you need any more? Did you need your first Omega space? So,
No, it
but the
didn't.
truth is that the three guitars probably don't come up to the value of this.
They probably the average going price for a new Les Paul is anywhere from like 22, depending on the standards. But these are customs mostly. Oh no, the gold top wouldn't be. Yeah, no, it wouldn't even come close. Wouldn't. You're talking about 11 grand, maybe.
11, 12 grand. So
Yeah,
it would
it's
still be
worth it.
short a couple of grand at least.
He should give you like a 74 deluxe or trade you like, something crazy, like a
Well,
1960 Les Paul.
This is 1968.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah,
That's the year Les Pauls came back.
A 1960 Les Paul would be nice. That would
be Photo Dave Jackson's 159 will do. I just want to say
59. Well, now we're talking.
Well, that's we're talking. You can't get any of them for less than $1 million, and there's so few left. Yeah, that's.
What do you think of this?
I mean, dude, that
if you were to own a Sylvie,
it would be that. It would be that.
Yeah,
100%. It would be that. Yeah, that is the Submariner of my fantasies, for sure. Yeah. I mean, just oh god, that thing. I just got a little clenchy. I went, ooh, that's hot. I love those vintage things, man. It's like,
you want to hear something cool? You want to hear something cool? Did you watch my show? No,
I was doing my show.
Yeah,
and cleaning out litter boxes beforehand.
Who was down? They're going to bed now. You know who's downstairs? Right downstairs. I had to show keys to get into my house for them to let me through. You know who's right downstairs?
Wait.
Madonna. Madonna.
What was she doing?
Was right down there. I could have thrown this phone and hit her head from here. Madonna, Bryan Cranston, and Seth Rogen were right down there. They're filming the new season of The Studio.
Oh, what a shame that Catherine O'Hara died.
They've taken over this whole fucking area. They were over at the Gritty the other day.
Careful. What? Landmarking.
Everybody knows basically the landmark of where I am. Everybody knows that. It's zooming in on exactly is the giveaway.
Madonna.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Seth Rogen is using that is because, God, that just must be. Did you see her? She's think like 5 foot nothing.
I think I saw her. I definitely saw Bryan Cranston, and Bryan Cranston had a pink suit on. It was very weird.
Well, he looked very,
and his legs are all skinny. He's really bony. Because
he's on GLPs like everybody else in Hollywood.
Seth Rogen also, but I think I saw her. If she had a fur coat on, then it was her.
She's been wearing fur because she's a cunt.
Well, white fur.
That's her. She's been wearing white fur.
Okay,
that's her.
It was definitely her.
She used to do the ads for I'd rather go naked than wear fur.
There's a lot of people around her.
Of course.
And dude, I got off the Bateo, and there's two big guys standing there. Like, why are they looking
Madonna
so ominous? They were excuse me, they were security. They were security making sure that no one was pulling up in weird boats or whatever.
Can I make an observation? And I know I've been a fan of Madonna and you have not. So that's why asking you this question makes sense to me. I don't think anybody cares anymore for her to have bodyguards and all that. Maybe one guy, she's so past her expiration date. I can't think of anybody would care.
And honestly, there are very few hangers around her people.
There. Yeah.
Here, I haven't seen. They were over at the Gritty the other day, and I passed, and there were some people hanging around. There was a lot of crew and people making, there was catering and stuff, and there's gear everywhere. There's gear all over the fucking area.
Lighting and trusses and
lights all over the place. It's crazy. You turn a corner, there's a huge tripod stand thing and a light, and you're like, oh fuck, and there's wires all over the place. But I haven't seen I didn't see any like fans or whatever hanging around. Maybe it's kind of flying under the radar somehow.
Yeah, I think you have you ever seen Sunset Boulevard? You should if you
Shut
haven't.
up.
Yeah, no, I don't
You
know.
ask me that every day of my life.
I forget what I ask you.
Okay.
I mean, some of these great stars of yesteryear can never let go of the fact that they are not what they used to be. And I think Madonna definitely suffers from that. She still thinks she's the zeitgeist, and like no,
Yeah.
more people would swarm Sabrina Carpenter right now than would swarm her. Far more people would be interested in Olivia Rodriguez.
Yeah, if it was Taylor Swift, the whole city
Oh,
would come to a
it'll be over.
standstill.
Standstill. But
Yeah.
she still hires the same goons, and she's musically irrelevant. She's had so much work done, and she just looks so like Mamie Van Doren freaky. It's like Mae West when she was trying to be sexy at 85 and come up. Ooh.
Somebody
you
in
have
your
no idea.
audience doesn't know what the studio is. They've never heard
The
of it.
Studio is a Seth Rogen show on Apple Television, and don't play any of it though, because we get banged sometimes to that shit.
But this is just a preview.
Yeah,
but
it was a good show. And you know what sucks about it is like I thought that because Seth Rogen is great, there's no doubt. He's an erotic Jewish thing he does is fucking amazing, and he's great at it. He's a very self-deprecating guy. I've loved, and we have a mutual friend that almost is that guy, and Shapiro. That's what he's amazing.
Yeah,
they even have that same kind of deep voice, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's on a lot of GLPs right now because he's very slim in the show. But Catherine O'Hara would come in and just fucking steal every scene in that show. Just instantly steal it. And I was like, this show's getting better as it went on. And I'm sad that she's gone now because I was like, oh man, she was so good on that show. But it's celebrity driven, kind of like Entourage, where they'd get everybody to be on the show and do cameos. And Seth Green obviously was hilarious.
So I have a feeling that this episode, which I assume will be the first episode of the season 2 or whatever, is based around the Venice Film Festival. Because I looked it up earlier to see what snapshots were around, and there were lights at the Excelsior. So I guess they were over there.
Why? Of course they were.
So it would make sense because it's the studio and it's all about the film industry. And I guess they're opening with an episode where they go to the Venice Film Festival. They don't have the weather for it quite.
It's not open yet. So, I think the Excelsior opens next week, right?
It's the perfect time to be filming there.
Yeah.
And also Venice is kind of empty right now. It's a really good time to be filming in Venice. Really good time. Wow. So, and honestly, the sun has come out, so they've had actually a little look. So I guess they could make it look like it's September, during that time. So that's my suspicion. But it'll be 6 months before we see the episode, at least. I'll tell you one thing though: the gear everywhere and the crew, and there's money, man. It's Apple TV, right? So
it's an expensive show.
Yeah,
and it won Emmys. Catherine O'Hara won. Won a bunch of. I mean, obviously, why did that woman not? Then what a joke that those awards are. I was so happy that Ed Harris's wife Amy Madigan won an Academy Award.
Yeah,
because she's put such great work in. But like I was talking earlier in the show about, they shouldn't have given away a best song for the year because there wasn't a best song. They were all garbage. Like they should just say, hey, there's nothing good enough to nominate. So let's just the song won for this Korean anime, not Korean, Korean anime, K-pop movie, and it's the most formulaic, corporate team of producers kind of track, and it's got like the most cliche lyrics, and that won a fucking Oscar. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna call Emmett, and we're gonna write a fucking Oscar song for some stupid movie because it's so annoying that teams of nobodies write this drivel and they give awards away. Just don't give an award. There's nothing good. Like the class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't give it to the stupid people that don't deserve it because you have to give it away to somebody. You don't. It's like, Catherine O'Hara should have won so many awards. She was so brilliant in everything she did. And she won a lot of Emmys for Schitt's Creek, and I know that. But, she took so long for her because comedy is never respected the way drama is, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But thank you, the professor, for the very first super chat of the night, an hour and a half into the show.
Oh, no way. Really? Is it that bad?
I mean,
Mine was pretty slim too. At this point, I should just be doing walkabouts in Venice.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
when I start
I'm
seeing
wondering if my studio show days are coming to an end. Maybe I just need to go dancing
walk
on
around.
train tracks.
Yeah.
But so we are booked, by the way, my friend.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I will be on your side of the world in a month. Less.
Okay.
So.
Okay, great.
Yeah. You ready? Paul just goes, this is good, right? Oh, you look tired. I might make spaghetti with peas later because I've been inspired. Possible.
I love spaghetti and peas as long as you use lots of butter.
Yes. As a matter of fact, Blinky was telling us Greek pasta is to brown the butter with some garlic. And sounds good. And then add the peas and then the spaghetti. But I was telling everybody, like last time I was in Italy, tagliatelle was like the fucking de facto pasta. Every single menu had tagliatelle in it.
As you go south, it becomes more.
Oh, is that right?
Prevalent.
Fano was bizarre. Everything was tagliatelle, and I like it because I like it's egg pasta. It's lighter.
Probably Bologna influence happening.
Maybe.
Are we gonna hang out in Bologna when you come over?
Maybe we should. I mean, but I'm not taking the train though.
Why?
I booked the plane.
A plane from where to where?
Rome to Ancona.
Okay.
It takes 21 minutes.
I know, but one of those days.
Oh, one of the days I can take the train up to
Bologna. See
me. Yeah.
Come see me. We'll come hang in. We'll go to Bologna. We'll go around watch stores. We'll go eat in the food capital of the world.
Bolognese. You guys can enjoy all the bolognese.
We can do all that, and we'll bar hop.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, so
Bologna's fucking good town, man.
We're going to be the 19th to the 28th of April.
Nice.
And I just want to thank the fine people at ITA Airways for deciding to merge with Lufthansa at a time where it made it impossible to log on to your account and apply your points to your ticket purchases. You cannot, because they're Lufthansa bought ITA, so you can't log into your ITA account. You have to buy a ticket like just as a guest and then put your confirmation number in there. And so the whole idea of they're getting rid of their point system, which we just spent a lot trying to accumulate, and they're not moving them over to the Lufthansa. So basically you have to get rid of them. So I said, the only way we're going to get rid of this shit is to like order shit on the plane.
Okay.
Because
you got a big super chat.
Oh shit! And it's the professor. $5 is not a sufficient haul for a Friday. Thank you very much. Friday is like, listen, people don't really, I don't know if people realize it or not, but Friday is the night where like it's the moneymaker. It's what keeps the lights on. But
can I just say to the audience for coming over, anybody who came over who's watching us both, have you subscribed to the iBashers? Are you subscribed to the channel you're watching right now? Please subscribe.
I like watching too, kids. Does that?
Well, that looks good.
Does that prove it to you how much I love watches? Look at that bitch. Look at you.
That looks good.
Nothing in the world looks like that.
Listen, I love your speedies, but that thing.
Me too. I know. I mean, listen. I mean, it's just. This is just, it's so hyper cunty. It's just so beautiful. Listen, somebody asked me on my show the other day, like, oh, Watches and Wonders. And I'm like, listen, okay, Rolex might come out with a 70th anniversary Milgauss. I don't think they will. I think they'll wait till 75 because that's more of a prominent You know, it is.
Yeah, it
And they have
is.
no reason or there's no necessity for them to all their watches are amagnetic. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, and Rolex doesn't really give that big a shit like Omega does about history because they don't have to. Rolex
I
doesn't
have to.
have to.
Uh,
And that's the thing. Rolex relies on their history. Omega relies on
Omega.
it. Yeah, Omega does. Rolex doesn't care. They're like, you know what? You're gonna get this weird ass Yachtmaster. I'm like, thanks. Fat stupid watch, Yachtmaster 2, like maybe the ugliest, dumbest watch ever. Ugh. It's such a
I don't know.
rotard
I
watch.
don't know if those leaks are even real.
No, they're
Honestly,
not because one of them said like Swerves made on the bottom. I don't know. Not probably not. I watched your episode. It was great. And I agreed with all of it. But I watched some other ones and somebody had a Yachtmaster 2 and it said like slurs made on the bottom of the thing. Yes, everybody's AI doing that shit, and that's fine. I mean, what do I think is going to happen with Rolex? I think Rolex are going to do exactly what you think they're going to do. Couple of precious metal things. I think they might come out with a new color combination for the sub. You know, some new thing. Maybe the Miss Piggy will come out. Who knows? Something and in something color coordinated. Are they going to come out with a new model? No, they came out with the Land Dweller last year. They don't need a
that's
new
right.
model. They don't
That's
need it.
right. That's right.
Yeah, and everybody jerked off to that for a while. Maybe they'll have a couple of dial variations on that.
You know,
Sure.
I'm due to make a predictions video in the next couple of days. And I'll probably just lean into that and say, listen, it's unlikely that this will be a particularly significant year. Maybe there are some anniversaries. And there's Tudor, of course, 100 years old. So maybe Tudor will be the
Tudor's going
star
to
of
give
the
you
show.
everything you want.
Yeah.
Of course they are, because they always do, because that's Rolex going, look, we'll do everything for Tudor and let everybody jack off to that. But for Rolex, no. Like, is there going to be a Coke? Of course not. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because you want it. But imagine if they did it.
They will eventually, but just
I mean,
not when we want to. They don't listen to us. They don't care what we think. We care what
imagine
they
that.
think. That's how it works. Do you want to give that guy a big bang boom?
Yes,
Because
of
that's
course
like
I do.
$50.
Thank you. Ciao, professore. Grazie mille. And yeah, I'm grateful for that because it's I don't know what's happening in super chat wise like on Friday nights. What's going on? Come on.
Mine was thin.
Caustic neoschemic. I don't know how to pronounce that. Caustic neokemsikic. That green glow, dude. That green glow. Let me tell you something. Some guy said to me, you know, I don't wear the Rolex on the subway generally, but I did one day because I was in a rush and I had it on. And I was on the subway and it was raining, and it did that rain thing. Whereas, like when a drop of water falls on it, the water droplet turns green.
Yeah.
That's what it does. And I'm
Yeah.
like holding on to the thing, and this guy goes to me, he goes, "Hey man, what the fuck is that?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Your watch has got like wet green shit on it." And I said, he goes, and I said, "No, that's the crystal is green." And he was a watch guy, and he goes, "Oh, that's the Milgauss, right? That they don't make that anymore." And it was like we had a conversation. I met this guy's name was
Oh, that's
Peter.
nice.
It was so nice. We like I
That's
actually
so
got off.
rare.
I got off the train to stop early because oh, this is my stop. He was like, I wanted to pick your brain. I was like, oh yeah, and I got off because there's another train. And he's like, he's gonna get an Air King because you know his budget is this, and he's like, I
Air
love
King's
that.
great. I love Air
Yeah, oh,
King.
I love Air King too. Who doesn't love an Air King?
Old and the new, both of them. I like them both.
Me too.
I like the Air King. I'll wear an Air King.
I love Air King. Great show on Apple. Drops of God. I've never seen that, and only 2 seasons about a family of enophiles. Oh, is that
Mhm.
right? Did you watch that?
No, I heard about it though.
I never watched that. That's cool.
Drops
Thank
of
you,
God.
Rufus. Rufus, thank you.
Thank you,
Let's start a
Rufus.
super chat parade. I got to pay for a very expensive trip to Italy. And I'm
So,
not, you
what's
know
the
me.
plan? You coming over because you're gonna close on a contract, or do you want to say, or?
Hopefully.
Oh,
So
okay.
just so you know, the Sarta, the seamstress's place is gone. Sold. So that place
Forgive
we've been
me
looking
for
at.
losing track of
It was the
the
original thing
places.
the original place that we were looking at.
Okay.
That place is gone, but the
Okay.
other option is there, and a couple of other options have come up, but we have to go there and we have to stand in them and see them and all that stuff. And we're both going to be 61 years old this year. I think it's
That's
time to
right.
fucking figure this shit out before we're both dead. Before,
That
like,
was
you know what?
that was 6 years ago, man. But yes, I'll take it anytime you guys
No.
figure it out.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I mean, I just have too many infirmed people in my life. It's just really tough to try to figure out how to delegate. It's impossible, actually, and especially on Paul's side. It's been difficult, but we'll figure it out. And it doesn't have to be.
You're gonna help the infirmed until you're infirmed.
Why no? Right. Well, I
What's so
what's
so
the
wrong
point
about
of getting a
putting
place?
numero uno first?
It's hard.
I know it's hard for you, but I'm
It's
just saying.
hard. It's hard.
It's my job as your friend to say, can you think about yourselves
I'm
and your
gonna
quality of life?
we are thinking about that. That's why I said, you know what, I'll take Rose with me. I don't have a problem with that at all. We could just sit in the piazza all day and I'll be fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
And drinking wine and all that great stuff. And she's a European citizen. That's not a big issue.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, right.
She's
German.
from Germany.
Yeah.
And I'm good to go. And why am I good to go, bitches? Do I have it available? This is why I'm good to go. That's why I'm good to go, bitches. Because it took me forever for that, baby. It took me forever.
That is now officially, I believe, the most valuable passport in the world.
My little card.
Oh yeah, I lost mine.
Oh no! Somebody's using it right now.
Yeah, somebody's used it. I lost it. It fell out of my jacket or something. I can't find it.
You know that they're from Israel. Because that passport must be worthless, right?
That thing, Jesus, I wouldn't want one of those passports.
Imagine that. Imagine this is the customs guy, right? And this is worthy of a super chat, guys. This is the customs. This is Israeli passport. Or at least that's what I do. Somebody, Panel Power said earlier, was it Panel Power? Forgive me if I'm wrong, that Chuck Norris, who died today, God rest his soul, was friends with Milikovsky.
That doesn't surprise me because it's all about, Western power and imperialism, all of that,
It's like, how could anybody be friends with such a cunt?
Well, they don't think that, but
they do think that, and they know that, but they know that maybe that avenues will open up for them by, like, these are just, listen, we all know that many celebrities, not all, many. Hey, listen, one of my favorite people in the world is an Israeli citizen, and she's cooler than shit. And you know exactly who she is. She's a mega actress. She's won an Academy Award, and she's taken a stand many, many times. And then there's Mandy Patinkin, who is just one of the greatest human beings on the face of this earth.
He's a really lovely guy.
He's lovely.
Well, I mean, I have John on my show. He's an Israeli.
Yeah. I just want to grab Mandy Patinkin, not only because I love him for his incredible artistry, and I've been a fan my whole life, but I've never had the opportunity to meet him. I've seen him twice, a long time ago. I just want to hug him and say thank you for being a great human. Thank you.
He has a lot of humanity. Yes. By the way, did you see the Ethan Hawke thing?
The movie?
It's going viral. So Ethan Hawke at the Oscars was being interviewed on the red carpet by this British interviewer. She's pretty famous because she's very honest and sincere and so on, right? And she's kind of funny and whatever. And she goes, do you have any advice for someone maybe who's gone through like a broken heart or some question like that? Dude, his answer has gone mega viral. And there are people saying, thank you, Ethan Hawke, for mending 1 million broken hearts out there. I have to play a clip. I want to play it for you. I played it for my audience earlier, but I had tons of music in the background. I found the wrong one. Let me find the right one.
Do it.
Okay, so this one's good. I refresh that. Dealing with Instagram is so it's such messy.
You find
Okay,
that I'm
so
going to give Rufus's bang quick, real quick.
do it. Do it.
I don't want to ever not do that. Go ahead, hit it. Thank you, Rufus, very much for that.
So it's only a few seconds
Unrequited
long.
love.
Yeah, it's only a few seconds long. But man, it sent reverberations, as Milikowski would say. If we attack Iraq, it will send positive reverberations through the entire.
I'd like it to send a reverberation right through his chest cavity.
Yeah. Well, it may have already happened. We may be looking at
I know.
AI.
That would be the greatest news in the history of the world.
Until he's replaced by some
AI clone.
Even more maniacal lunatic.
Stephen Miller should go over there and assume control.
Assume control. So here it is. It's going to happen very briefly, so pay attention. Here we go.
Do you have any advice for someone who also has a bit of an unrequited love theme in their life?
The one who's in love always wins.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get your heart broken. You're living. When you're feeling, you're alive. You know, the sun doesn't care whether the grass appreciates its rays, right? It just keeps on shining.
Do you have any advice for some?
Okay, and that even that one was cut, because then she goes, "Okay, I'm gonna tattoo that on my forehead." It's just lovely, and he's like,
wow.
You know,
how positive is that?
How
he cheated on Uma Thurman.
He did. Oh, that's a shame.
How could that happen?
He's nice though. I mean, most of the stuff.
She said he's a great human being, so they broke up amicably. Yeah, listen, I mean, everybody has a different idea.
Look, Ethan Hawke's profound advice on unrequited love is going viral. A lot of people needed to hear that. There's people they've done montages, they've done like music in the background, they've done like, you know, they're matching images to what he's saying. I mean, you don't do the TikTok stuff and so on, but if you did, dude, you'll have seen this clip over and over and over again. He's made huge news just by this little comment. He's like a spiritual guru or something.
Can I ask a vague personal question?
Sure.
Have you ever experienced unrequited love?
Oh yeah, unrequited
it's
a
fucking
bit, yeah.
Brutalist thing, isolating and horrible. I mean, obviously, I've been in a relationship for 30 years.
Which kind? Are you talking about?
I mean, like you were so madly in love with somebody and they just didn't.
And they weren't into you.
They weren't into you.
I don't know if I experienced fully that, but I do think it's a very humiliating thing when you wind up in the friend zone.
Oh, I don't know.
When you really like someone and they like you because
as a friend,
they like as a friend. And you like them because you want to be between their legs, right?
Yeah, to be blunt.
And they're not feeling that. There's a ton of clips across Instagram that are like memes where she laughs and they're real clips and they just take them where, you know, she laughs and he leans in to kiss her and she turns her head away and hugs him. And then they immediately go straight to like, hey, there's a bass, man, learn bass, you know, or hey, here's weights in the gym, or here's cycling, pick up cycling. Is like the girl you like doesn't like you, and now you're going to get obsessed about some other hobby. You're going to learn guitar, you're going to become a gym freak, and you should. And you know, there's a million of those out there where the guy, he likes the girl and she just enjoys his company. You know, but she doesn't want him. She doesn't want him. And there's a million memes out there of women, of girls, young girls, who do this TikTok shit where they go, "How I act around a guy I have no interest in," and they're like laughing and hugging, and how I act around a guy I actually like, and they're just like this. So it's just like the.
But have you ever had your heart shattered, broken to pieces?
Yes.
Okay. So, and did you write some songs about it?
Yeah, my whole last album, the last studio record was a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm guessing because, you know, you and I talk about a lot of stuff. We don't talk that much about that. But like I felt that because that's my favorite record. You know that. It's my favorite Mr. Mirth record. Because it's visceral to me. I felt that record because you gave me all the demos and I just went, Oh, fuck. This is so personal, man. I felt that record so hard.
Why not? Why not make it personal?
I mean, I think the greatest art from like your ex-singer, whenever he broke up with anybody, he wrote the best songs he ever wrote in his life.
Well,
He
yeah,
almost
that's where the
needed
good
his
art.
heart broken.
Yeah, that's where the good art comes from there.
I mean, so I guess I would ask the audience here is like, how did people deal with? I had my heart broken really once, when I put all my eggs into one basket, that didn't work out, and that was I was very, very young, and I put a song on my second record about it, and isn't that terrible?
Okay, well, you've touched on a very powerful question. You're about to ask, but then you interrupted yourself because you do that. You're about to ask, how do you, as an audience, people in the audience, how do you deal with that sort of thing now?
We deal with it writing songs. How
we have a way out.
Yeah.
Poets and writers and songwriters in particular, we have a way out. You turn your pain into art.
Right.
But many people don't have that way out. That's why people start shooting people in the streets, by the way. That's why, like, there's a guy in the clock tower in a little town, God knows where in America, who starts fucking,
anywhere USA.
He brings up a rifle and starts shooting people because a lot of people don't know where to put their pain. And when you are into art, you write songs, you write poetry, you paint, whatever you do, you can put your pain somewhere. Still hurts.
Sure.
But you've somewhere to put it. A lot of people don't know where to put it. There's a great line in a P.T. Anderson film called Magnolia. William H. Macy's character at the end, he's like, I have a lot of love to give. I just don't know where to put it. It's very, very strong. And that's we crib and we cry as artists. We're very delicate and we are in touch with our emotions in many cases, and so on. We go on, we whine and complain, but the truth is we have it easy in comparison to many because we have somewhere to put that pain. Yeah. And with that, I'm gonna go grab a whiskey.
Aren't we lucky that, but like a guy like Kurt Cobain blew his brains out because God knows what happened in his life with Courtney Love, or he was such I'm not the biggest fan, but I see the great art in what he did, and decided that instead of killing other people, the only recourse was for him to kill himself. It is being an artist does have advantages because you can put pen to paper. It doesn't matter if you're a painter or a poet or a singer or anything. There is a creative outlet for you to express your pain. Some of the greatest art you've ever seen in your entire life was based upon somebody's personal pain and or experiences, and that's beautiful. Have you guys seen the band Engine de Portland? I have seen them. I don't know what to make of that, but I think it's freaking fascinating, Rufus. I saw them on Rick Beato. Did you see them, Machine? We changed the subject. Have you seen Engine de Portland? They have these French avant-garde artists that wear like polka dots and they play really crazy time signatures.
Oh, those! Yeah, I've seen those
with the kind of paper.
I saw them a long time before Rick Beato was asked about.
Yeah, them. I saw them a year ago, and I was like, "Wow, that's really weird, but interesting." And I said, leave it to the French, who have never produced a rock star, but they've produced a lot of avant-garde. Matter of fact, avant-garde. Let's just say that. They invented the term, and it is true. Thanks, Rufus. Thank you for that. Thanks, Super Chat. We're starting a trend. Congratulations, Dirk. On what? That I booked a trip? I mean,
I assume that's what he means.
Somebody's got to shit or get off the pot, right? And you know what I'm ready to do? Get off the pot.
You ain't getting any younger, buddy.
I don't want, the whole
get busy living or get busy
dying. Oh shit, you went there. I think it was your brother that said it. We were walking down the street. It was before you got there, right? And he said something like, waiting till when?
If not now, when? Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, waiting till when? And it was, I'm paraphrasing, so I'm not going to get his eloquence perfect, but it was like, oh shit, and the bullet in the head, and like we knew ahead of time before, we said we'll come back in spring, and some things. What was that noise?
It's my chair making funny noise.
We were like, we knew that like something that we were interested in might not be available. So we have to just leave it to the fates, right? What is leave it to the fates to decide whether or not things are the way they're supposed to be, But John Doe says that self-love makes you invincible. That's, self-love in a physical way or in a which way? I don't even know. This is not your John Doe, right?
I know what he means, but
I know, but it could be like metaphorical or whatever. But because £1.99 is still worth more than anything in the U.S. Yeah. Did I miss this one? I did.
Well, you know what he means. I feel like you're being a bit harsh on him there.
No. I'm not being. There's the masturbatory angle, and then there's the self-respect angle. I get both of them. You
know what he means. He means learning to love yourself, like Whitney Houston sang, is the greatest power of all. Yeah. The greatest love of all. That's what he means.
The greatest
You're so filthy, you're so filthy mind.
Get Dana on the show. She just can't wait to break into Whitney Houston. Boy, I saw a clip, by the way, Dana, if you're watching the show, which you do sometimes. I saw a clip of her and her ego, and I was so turned off to her. She was like, Christina sang one of her songs. I forget which one it was. Christina's technically an amazing. Whitney Houston was at an award show, and she watched Christina do a cover of like one of her big hits. And she said, "Oh, girl, that's terrific." She goes, that was almost as good as the original, but she said something really ridiculous. She goes, it wasn't like didn't match the greatness of the original. And I was like, all right, that's some Muhammad Ali shit. And I was like, because I hate ego. I despise the ego.
I'm really glad I touched off it slightly. And I guess this is eye bashers. We can delve a slight bit deeper.
Sure.
I'm really glad you're not in the zeitgeist of the social media stuff after the Oscars.
Oh,
because the Oscars stuff is rife with people pissed off that Sinners didn't get Best Movie.
Oh.
And it's a lot of black righteousness.
Sure. And virtue signaling.
And also that they're saying that that one battle after another portrayed black women as crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like you'd be throwing up a lot if you were privy to it.
I mean, I don't watch that. Listen, to be fair, I have not seen Sinners, and I only got about 45 minutes into one battle, and I did say I will watch the rest of it because everybody said, and including you, because first time you watched it, you were like, I'm not sure about this, and then you loved it. And then your brother is lukewarm on it, and yeah, it's fine. I will watch it because I'm a very committal person. I don't generally back down from my commitments. I started the movie. I gave it a good 45 minutes.
But the point I'm getting at here is that it
should have won because it's a black movie.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what people are inferring.
Yeah.
Listen,
this is one battle after another got it because the white man can't give the black man a prize or something like along those fucking lines.
Well, I mean listen, let's face it, and Tobster, if you're watching, which you probably are, that was the story for a very, very long time. The white man would not give the black man the prize or the credit. Right. And that's very true. And these are, I am white as fuck, and you have a better tan than I do currently. But these are people that have been subjugated and ruined and destroyed. And And the colonialism and all the crazy shit. These are people that should have, because they're the original people, because we are the fucking mistake genetically, the white people, because everybody
Well,
started
sure.
out there. These are people that have tried so hard to do and be in a society of equals, and there are still people out there, especially in the current zeitgeist of political right wingness, that would like to keep these people down. But then there's the wokey shit too, and I hate virtual signaling. I hate it. I'm not a big fan of DEI myself. I think the best people should get the job, but I also think the reason for that is that sometimes the best people are people of color and different ethnicities that aren't given the opportunities that white people are
Listen,
given.
Sinners won a lot of awards,
It did.
including Best Actor.
Yeah. Did you see it?
I only got 10 minutes in. I was like, I gotta give her another shot. I gotta give her. I mean, it looks great. It's nice cinematography and stuff. There's another thing as well. I was talking to Lydia about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I watched it," but she was like, first of all, it's okay. It's not what everybody's going crazy about. But she was also like, why do they go from Panavision to IMAX back to Panavision? Like, why switch formats constantly? It seems silly. And I'm like, I agree. Now she won for best cinematography. I can't remember the woman's name. She's the first director of photography to ever female.
See, I'm all for that, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and
cool.
And she's from the Philippines. It's great. She's wonderful, amazing talent.
Yeah.
All I can think of was like, remember that director, that Googler guy, and he was like, "Yeah, we're going to do IMAX and Panavision." And Lydia made a really good point. It's like, once you set up the movie to look well in one format, stay in the one format.
Right.
Why are you switching formats? Like, what? That just seems like a weird flex or a gimmick, or like you had so much money you could just. Can you imagine the work that she put into making the Panavision shot great? Now she has to pull out the IMAX. Like, what?
And they're so different. It's such a fucking different thing. Question: one battle after another. Was that not shot entirely in IMAX? He loves IMAX. Oh no, Chris Nolan loves IMAX.
That's Chris Nolan, and Lydia has problems with that too, and so do I. Chris Nolan needs to stop with that fucking IMAX horseshit.
How about just get a great? Because Sheen and I are big advocates of film, and we understand.
By the way, just because you're straying, the one battle after another was shot in the old format.
VistaVision.
VistaVision.
Yeah, I know. I read
the whole film. VistaVision.
Shot in VistaVision, which was retired in like 1958.
Yeah.
Which is like Dirk will love that.
Right.
Yeah, VistaVision is incredible. Like CinemaScope. There were in the advent in film has been around for 100 years. You started out with H.W. Griffith and all these.
VistaVision was a breakthrough. VistaVision was 35 mil turned on its side.
Yeah,
that's what they did. They took the 35 mil and they turned it on its side, and it made just a broader image. It was a really economic way of making what looked like 70 millimeter, essentially.
Yeah,
it just turned the negative into a much larger negative. Let me ask you a question, right? Because this came up on my show.
Go.
Do you like Benicio del Toro?
I love him.
Okay, so I want to make a TV show of searching the world for someone who doesn't like Benicio del Toro.
Everybody,
because every actor has someone who doesn't like them and people who love them. There's always some friend you have who goes, "Oh, you like that actor?" And you're like, "How could you?"
He's a fucking genius.
Benicio, I've never met anyone who doesn't like Benicio del Toro.
Because he's a genius, and every film, every role he's ever had, he sinks into it. He becomes that. He's not like like Brad Pitt never sinks into a character. George Clooney, and not anymore. He used to be able to do it. I think Michael Clayton was the last thing. Benicio always finds a way, even though he's so fucking famous, to just make you forget he's Benicio del Toro and master.
Do you know anyone who doesn't like him?
No, I don't know anybody who's not. I also know a million girls that fancy the shit out of him.
Yeah, because he looks like Brad Pitt's cousin who was in jail for a long time and
Yeah,
drinks
he looks
too
like his
much. He's the
Latino
dark.
jailbait. Yeah, jail, not jail,
Yeah, he's
jail.
the
Like he
dark,
looks like his
Brad Pitt. Yeah.
Brad Pitt's got like a
Um,
Latin American cousin who's in prison.
Now, here's the funny thing about him. When you see him in interviews and so on, he's kind of happy-go-lucky, smiley, grinny, silly. He doesn't have any of the riz that you see. But the second the fucking cameras start rolling, that guy turns into the darkest, weirdest. Like, how does he do it? Like, I don't know. It's amazing.
Because
I
he's
know
a
it's
genius.
acting.
He's
I
a
know it's
genius
acting,
actor.
but he just like Sicario, man. Like, that's the most terrifying, scary, badass dude I've ever seen in a movie ever.
I mean, one of the sickest performance I've ever seen. Now he does. Did he get the Oscar for that? He has an Academy Award, right?
If only there were a way we could check
Oh,
that.
gee, I hate doing that though.
You don't want to
Oh
move your arms. I understand. It's nice to lean back on the chair.
no, I mean,
I'm guilty too. I'm guilty. I don't want to move my fucking
he
arms.
won. He won an Academy Award. Okay, hold on.
For what? For
For
traffic?
supporting role. Oh, is it Traffic? Oh God, that movie was crap. I mean, like you give it
Traffic.
to him for that. Jesus, that's the problem with it.
He was the cop in Mexico. He was good in
Yeah,
that.
he was like one of the few good things because it was such a bad script. Bad. You know, like I've seen him. Do you remember China Moon?
I
think
like
that's
Douglas's line in that when he goes, "Okay, I have a whiskey when I get home just to take the edge off." I like that line.
yeah, that's a great one.
That's a good line.
Well, you know,
Well,
it
I
might
don't
have even been
I'm not an alcoholic. I just have a whiskey when I get home after work to take the edge off. Oh,
to
it's
take
like,
the edge
yeah,
off. Well, isn't
yeah.
that 99.995%?
That's what a whiskey is for. It's to take the fucking edge off.
Edge off. Yeah, he got it for Traffic, which is a film I saw it once, and I just remember thinking it was a lightweight film. It felt like the Americans will understand when I say an after-school special to not be taken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like felt like something you'd watch at 4:30 in the afternoon when you're having your Ritz crackers and cheese.
So I'm watching one battle after another, and it's good and it's solid. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely P.T. Anderson. I need to see this film a million more times to really absorb. But once that fucker gets on screen, he arrives like 40 minutes in. He arrives on the screen, and you're like, oh man, I'm hooked now. That dude is just whatever it is. He could just stand there. He could just stand there and say nothing, and it will still be great. So everybody's loving this line, and it's become a meme. And it was on Saturday Night Live and everything. People are quoting it, where he gets arrested, and apparently it was improvised, and the real police officers who interrogate him. And by the way, there are real military as well in that movie. They're not actors; they're actual real interrogators, and they do a great job. But they come up and they're like, "What did you throw out of? Why did you see us behind you?" "Yes, I did, ma'am." "Why did you not stop?" "It's been a long day." "What did you throw out of the car back there?" "Trash." "Are you sure?" "Yeah." "Have you been drinking today?" "Oh, I've had a few." "Few what?" "Oh, a few small beers." That line, "a few small beers," is everywhere now. Everyone's quoting it. It was on Saturday Night Live and everything.
Wow.
He just goes, "A few small beers." And there's just something so bloody fucking natural about the way he delivers that simple line that you just go. I was sitting with Lydia, and it was the first time she saw the movie. It was the second time for me, the third time. And she just burst out laughing at that line. I was watching her watch it for the first time. It's always fun when you have, you already like a film and you've got someone you respect sitting next to you. She fucking just went, "Oh my God," on a line. I was like, isn't it true? And this is before it hit the meme world. Now it's just a meme everywhere. Everything is a few small beers. He drinks Modelo's, little Modelo's in cans. It's great.
What is a meme?
A meme is a little clip of. Didn't they do that with DiCaprio live? Because DiCaprio he's the king of the memes.
Yeah, he is.
And they tried to make a brand new meme when you're invited, but you don't want to be there. And he kind of goes like this at the camera. It wasn't great, but whatever. His big memes, of course, they use his face for everything. You know, with the Great Gatsby holding the glass up.
Sure, yeah,
You know,
all
so-
that. I just wonder, like, you know, I always thought I knew exactly what a meme was. A short clip that
Oh, did you have an
exemplifies
answer for
something.
me? Or
No, I don't. I'm asking you
Oh.
because I've been rewatching my favorite guilty pleasure, which is a show called Younger, which is a funny comedy on Netflix. And she's a woman who's 41 pretending to be 26, and somebody goes, "You don't know what a meme is, do you?" And then I looked at Paul and I said, "You know, I don't think I really do know either. I thought it was just an animated picture of somebody going like to exemplify something, but they made it into a broader brushstroke.
Can
was
be
like,
used for
maybe I'm-
anything.
Yes.
There's
So-
one going around right now of a little chihuahua going, he smiles, and they use it for, I posted one the other day, was when the annoying kid in the restaurant who's been yelling and running around finally hits his head off a table and starts crying. And then the dog goes, and you
That's
just
not
laugh.
funny.
And they just keep using that dog in all these different situations. That's a meme.
Shit.
Memes used to be little drawings. Back
Right.
in our, back
That's
in
what they
our
were.
day.
Great chick, 1008, $1.99. Thank you very much. And SCYM.
Hey, at least you're getting super chats. I got
I am now. Thank
I
you
got
very
two.
much.
I think I got
Thanks for
two.
keeping the light on. I gotta. And we're doing the flying the whole way there because we got to get in there, do all the shit we got to do. We got to get the fuck out of there because I am done, kids. I am ready to start shooting my show completely in fucking Italy. Alpha Foxtrot, $13.99 Canadian and whatnot. I'll give you guys all a big bang boom for that. Thank you. Let's go with let's go. Oh, the assassins in one battle. I'm gonna watch the rest of the movie. Don't give me any spoilers.
Assassins.
Frozen there for a bit. Dirk, check your signal.
The assassins?
You guys got to know the following.
Who
There's
the fuck
nothing.
are the
If our signal gets goofed up, there's nothing I can do. I can't check my signal. I'm not on cellular. I'm on a hard line, like 1 gigahertz. Like there's nothing you can do. I'm basically have the fastest internet that the United States has to offer.
You won't have that problem when you move here.
Probably. Well, I didn't have a single solitary. I shot that whole fucking show in the piazza, right? And it asked me if I wanted to shoot it in 4K because the signal was so great. There's not a glitch or a dropout in that. In a piazza in Italy.
Yeah, I live in a lagoon. I'm out in the middle of a fucking marsh.
And you have tourists there. All right, I'm Pete. I'm interchanging the troops. I'll be right back.
I will. The assassins? Who are the assassins in one battle? There's one guy who you might be talking about, but I'm reading assassins as in plural. He also wears a Rolex sub date as well. Dirk, turn off your microphone. I'll do it.
Sorry about
I'll turn. Yeah. Okay. She's on a pond. I'm not on a pond. I'm in a fucking lagoon. It's even worse. I'm in the middle of a marsh. This is a fucking. Yeah, and I have way better internet. I have I don't know how many computers online right now, and this 4K screen running 4K footage constantly. He won't have that problem when he moves over here. We have a referendum coming up over the weekend. Big referendum here in Italy. Meloni is trying to change the legal system here, the justice system, I should say. It's going to be very interesting. If she gets a yes, it'll change her future and the future of the fascist parties here. If she gets a no, it will totally cripple her her standing, and in 2027, when the elections happen, she's going to probably be compromised. So a lot of shit hinges on this referendum. She's not getting much sleep right now, Maloney. But she's taking a big risk. She's taking a really big risk. There's a conspiracy theory here in Italy for many, many years that the law favors the left and leans against the right. Of course, the only people you ever hear saying that are the people on the right. The fascist movement will tell you that. But it's a bit like in England, two-tier policing. You know, you've heard that, right? Hey, the police are being hard on us, but they're not as hard on the others. You know, this kind of bullshit. But it kind of falls in line with that. And she's making moves to change certain parts of the law here. So it's going to be an interesting referendum. I have friends here on both sides, so we'll see. Could change Italy forever if it moves over. I don't know. Anyway, what are you guys saying? Can't wait to feel the joy of hearing Dirk in Italy. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of fun.
Me
I feel
too.
I feel like all your shows are gonna be from that piazza. What's the piazza's name? What's the name of that piazza?
September.
Oh, Settembre.
That was the day.
You don't say the P.
September, yeah. September.
There you go. Settembre.
September.
Yeah.
It was in the year 9 when they were an independent state or whatever the fuck, you know, from Rome, but they were a Roman city for ever and ever. And obviously, you can see with the portal there and the Arco di Augusto and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, Rome was an amazing empire, and they had little outlets everywhere, and that was one of them. Like, they've got those gates in every little Roman town, like it's a gate to Rome. You know,
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Well, Verona has the most famous one, the Arco di Gabi. By the way,
You know,
Lydia got a job in Verona.
doing
She went straight into another job, doing a commercial. She's fucking doing commercial. But they put her up in like in Hotel Milano, right next to the Arena di Verona. And she sent like a photo of like the rooftop pool and everything. I was like, nice, you're getting the commercial money right now. She's
Good
like,
for
I love
her.
my job. But yeah.
Sell it.
Yeah, do it.
I'm curious about what this is about. Brad wants to know, did I read Ray Ray's super chat? Did I not?
Let's go back.
Yeah, I did. I put it up there. Yeah. SC's ye too seen the price of diesel? I live on the farm. Yeah, I did earlier. Yeah, I mean, diesel's probably going to be the last thing that explodes, but you know, everybody who was worried about their price at the pump, as they love to say, good luck to you.
Yeah.
I don't drive, and I'm going to a place where I certainly don't need it. So
I love the way the price of gas is what upsets people, not the murdering of
children.
80 schoolgirls.
168 children doesn't bother them, but the price of the pump really bothers them.
And not the 80,000 plus, probably in the region of 250,000 in Gaza. No, it's
the price at the pump.
It's god damn it! It's gas is gone.
Can you imagine that?
What's the Bill Hicks thing? I think I'll pay an extra 10 cents per gallon so I don't have to watch little brown kids clobbered over the head like baby seals. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about Madonna right now, because she, you know, one of the reasons why I liked her, other than her Patrick, what's his name? Patrick, you almost work with him. Patrick
Leonard,
sorry. I'm old.
Patrick
Leonard, yeah. I love those productions, and I think we love Muse to death. She was she engaged in those I'd rather go naked than wear fur ads, which was for people who were against the wearing of fur. And I loved that. And I loved that she was, she was vegetarian for a while, but she's such a fucking wishy-washy bitch.
And so, and DiCaprio did the same. He was all about the environment, and now he's opening a hotel in Tel Aviv. He's a total prick.
He's opening up a
I
hotel.
love this one, Gallery. But the Dow is a
Gallery. Gallery. Always great with the
Dow is
dogs of
50,000.
the price of the pump, and all those dead kids. What people suck. They absolutely fucking suck. And when you watch, I don't know what you get over there, but probably you lived here, so you know how to find shit. When we watch, have you been watching any of the Mark Wayne? That guy can't answer a question. He's so stupid. He's such a fucking moron.
Oh my god, he's worse than that.
He's just a fucking meathead.
He's way worse. He's way worse.
He's way worse than her. And then
I'm gonna be, what was her name? Any of the dog killer, the puppy killer?
Christy Nome.
I'm gonna be like Christy Nome, come back, all is forgiven.
Yeah,
like
Christy
when she got dumped, I thought, I'm gonna enjoy the 5 minutes. I'm gonna eat some popcorn and pop-ups and some champagne, whatever. I'm gonna celebrate, but I have a terrible fear who she's being replaced with, and that fucking wanker. He tried to start a fight in the middle of Congress, like a bar fight, and Bernie Sanders had to say, "Look, you're a fucking congressman. Like, sit down." He wants to fucking start a brawl
because that's who he is. He doesn't have any other skill sets than that. He could not. He's like, well, I've never been. I'm not privy to that investigation. Well, you're privy to. You're being earmarked to replace that painted fucking lady, and all of a sudden, and nothing. You can offer.
She knew nothing either, but at least she was cute.
I mean, is she cute? She's a monster, dude. She's a monster. I mean, the second you get her in fucking fluorescent light, you'd run for days.
I know.
She's got fucking pock marks, and she's got fucking spackle.
Her skin was pretty bad, but I just what I mean is she was a shitwit completely. But now we're replacing her.
Steroid.
Replacing her with this fucking. Oh my god!
He looks like an MMA fighter.
He is a
Joe Rogan.
I think he is I think he is into MMA. That's why he wanted to start the brawl. You always know the dumbest prick in the room when they want to start a brawl.
Of course.
Hey, let's take it outside then.
Check it out.
Hey, if you're a member of Congress, you're supposed to be elevated from the fucking what?
You're supposed to talk and work it out.
You're supposed to be elevated. You're. Oh my god.
I know. That's pathetic. Gallery, legends. Thank you very much. Let's give you a big bang bam boom. I love this. He is trash. Yes, he's trash. He's the whitest trash that you've ever seen in your life. And for anybody, and Fetterman, what do you do? What do you do with that? What do you do with that? And his explanation for it was lame. That guy who needs to be on every GLP that's available to the world. You fat dumb. Why is he even considered a Democrat when he often does that shit?
Yeah.
He sided with them, like, for that shitwit to use his analogy. I mean, he's a complete and utter shitwit. He had nothing to offer anybody. No answers, no qualifications. I've never seen any group of people as unqualified as every pick that guy has. They're just no one's qualified to have a dignified.
What an embarrassment. I mean, listen, the Bureau is it's a serious organization. It really is. And my friend John, was in the Bureau for years.
Yeah.
These are very mature men who understand their responsibility. Most of them, they understand, the power they have and so on. Don't make a mockery of it. Don't make a cartoon out of it. Fucking Kash Patel is just it's such a dishonor to America. It really is. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Mullen said he'd never be the smartest one. Good grief. He said that, Patricia T. Hello, beautiful. Hearts out to all the ladies of the bash. We love you. Thank you so much. Great to have you, Patricia T. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he's an Okie, I know. Yeah, it's unbelievable. He's got CTE, yeah, because of all the head trauma, right? That's who he is. He's Conor McGregor. Do you ever want to see a stupid person? Conor McGregor is maybe the dumbest person ever. So Go says, don't get me started on Fetterman. So horrible. That, I mean, what a letdown. He should be lynched for that shit. Stroke, and he was a lineman in college football. Yeah, no, he definitely did. There's no doubt about it. Okay, guess the medals I have for doing time living on are waste of time. But diesel microphones are a great tool. Yeah, I mean, Ray, you did your service, and I mean, that's the problem with today's society, that servicemen like yourself who did your time and are true heroes, these people are being usurped by these fucking mouthpieces for a super fascist, and they're completely unaccredited people who have no job experience, no life experience. And we all know that it has no respect for service people. For him to just post that video with God, it was the most disgusting thing last week. It's all smoke and mirrors. The people of the United States military branches should absolutely, and they have an obligation constitutionally, to reject the president, especially now in the Strait of Hormuz. They absolutely should exercise.
The UK just signed up. They
Yeah.
just allowed them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Starmer is
Thanks, Keir Starmer.
pathetic.
You fucking wanker. Cunt. And everybody in England
at least Maloney, because there's a huge referendum happening this weekend. Maloney is trying to change the balance of power here in Italy after 70 years of the similar laws. At least she said fucking no. Mind you, it doesn't really mean a whole lot, because they have Din, they have Ederle, and they have Aviano, and they can launch whatever they want out of there because that's their business. But at least Maloney went, we're not part of this war. We're not partaking in it. And the Italian military, who are pretty fucking advanced. I know a U.S. military heli pilot who interacts with the Italian military often. He comes over here and he has huge respect for him. He's like, these guys are serious. They know what they're doing. But she said at least she didn't bow down and suck that dick. So oof. That's gonna give her a lot of kudos here in Italy, because the Italians won't have it. I mean, after Ireland, Italy is the most anti-Zionist place in the world after Ireland. Like, you can't go anywhere here without seeing a Palestinian flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so she may have won some people over there with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Professor. Did I miss your last super chat? Sorry, I apologize. We're just getting into the heated thing. $5.
I'm gonna have some prosciutto.
Go have some prosciutto. I find drinking whiskey on the steps of the Salute with a scruffy Irishman to be quite effective. I mean, that'll do it for you, right?
You know what I'm looking forward to for you to get used to as well is the prices of things here.
Sure.
I don't know if it's.
I'm used to it already. I know what
computed.
So what did that cost you? Go show the gang and then tell us what it cost.
What, the prosciutto? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what this cost me, but probably like $1.50 or something. So the other day, I was talking to John, actually, come to think of it, and I went by. We were having a good old chat, and I was sitting on the Zatra having coffee, and then I strolled back, and on my way back, I went into Conad, and I grabbed a chicken, full chicken, like not huge, chicken for me, I stick it in the oven, and some veggies to throw in there too, and a bottle of wine, a bottle of white wine, nice, right? Like Vernaccia or Verdicchio or something like that, right?
Sure.
And I walked out, and he was going on about this and that, and I was like, "Yeah, man." And I just came out of I have my chicken, I have my veggies, and my bottle of wine, and it was €8. I spent €8, €8, 10 cents.
Your brother and I went across the street to the supermarket there the night that we decided to do some cooking, right? He made his meat. What was it? What did he make? He made like a.
But that was the day I arrived.
It was the day you arrived.
Yeah.
And we had to cook the real cook in the house.
Mhm.
So we got wine, we got water, all the sparkling water you could drink. We got some kind of meat. We got all the pastas, got all the cheeses, got all the veg. It was €26. For how many people did we have? We had you, me, Shay.
There's a bag of Lay's, pretty big bag,
Yeah.
59 cents.
You know how much that is here? Take a
Good
guess at that. How many ounces is that bag?
question. Yeah, ounces. Where do I find that? On the back?
On the very bottom on the front, or kilos, or whatever the.
It's 133 grams, is it?
Yeah, how many ounces is that? Can somebody do the math really fast? 133 grams, because I'm bad at that. 133 grams versus ounces. 4.69 ounces. That's $6 and $5.99 to $6.99
It's 59 cents.
59 cents.
Yeah. Here's my bottle of I picked up I like a Valentine's every now. It's not fine whiskey.
No.
But
Valentine's.
it's a
It's
good old
Valentine's.
straight up fucking bit of regular old
Great
shitty.
bottle though, right?
Yeah, it's a nice little bottle. It's easy, it's a nice backup, when you run out of all the good stuff. So how much was this?
How much is a Valentine's is probably about $23 or $24 in the States.
Right.
I'm guessing.
So this is €11 for
11
the
euros,
Valentine's.
Yeah. I mean, Lay's
it's not even
costing
Italian
59 cents
an import.
Yeah, that's insane. Brad Crozier says those Lay's cost $3 Canadian. Yeah, no, potato chips, any kind of crisps in America. Like you want a bag of, I like nacho cheese Doritos. I don't eat them very often, but I do love them. And I used to love to put them on sandwiches and stuff. But I will never buy them anymore because they're $6.99 for a 3.53 ounce bag. And I think that's just disgraceful. And
I'm looking forward to you just kind of realizing that your basic cost of living and cooking in your house is just going to be so much more.
I know that already.
And nicer quality in so many cases.
Yeah, I mean, I know it already. I mean,
and then what's going to happen is you'll have to fly back to New York several times and deal with things and so on.
Sure.
You're going to be 6 months here. You're going to go back to New York, and it's going to hit you like a train.
I'm going to resent
You're going to go for a drink. You're going to go down to the street for a gin and tonic, and it's going to hit you like a fucking train.
Yeah.
The price of
paying $18.50 for a glass of Suave, I mean, it's just that doesn't exist over there, and there's no reason for it to either, and that's the problem.
Glass of Suave here is $3, and I'm in Venice.
Yeah, that's
you go outside into smaller towns, $2 for a white.
Yeah,
at a bar, Yeah. Because it shouldn't be anymore. Booze is so important.
Look at Andrew. You're out of your mind. 50. What did you do? You gifted 5 iBashers memberships. Jesus Christ, Andrew. He's given away like 50 memberships already.
That's great. Andrew's great.
Andrew's he's the greatest ever. Hey, A_MI by $595. The Irish Navy can't really project power, but can really but can politely request compliance at sea with binoculars and affirm if things escalate.
Yeah, we don't have much of a navy. It's very important that we maintain our neutrality. That's
Sure.
gonna come up on the roster again
Yeah.
soon. Is our neutrality? If Michal Martin, our current Taoiseach, signs that away, there'll be riots on the streets.
Yeah, and that won't happen, I don't think. That'll be really bad.
That guy's such a cook prick.
Such a cook. Anyway, speaking of cooks. The ultimate cook. What's the current tax rate in Italy for a single guy? That's a very. I've been doing all my research on that because I don't know if people realize that, but America, and I'm not sure about Ireland, but America's got a tax treaty with Italy. So whatever you make in
here's a question. America is one of the few countries in the world that when you leave the country, you leave America and you go live somewhere else and make money somewhere else, you have to pay America the tax.
Okay, so the way it works
That doesn't
now
happen
is-
over here.
right? So because you're talking EU, and it's all the same. So in America, there's a tax.
Yeah, but
treaty.
if a person from Japan moves to Italy and starts working in Italy, they'll pay Italian tax. They don't have to pay Japan.
But they will have to pay both taxes unless there's a reciprocal deal. That I don't know the deal with Italy, but I know that America will only there's a deal where you only pay one tax, and you can choose. Like if I went, say, for example, I'm still, I'm doing YouTube and I'm getting paid in American dollars, I will only pay the American tax on that.
Right.
But if I decide to get a job in a shoe store locally, I will still only pay the tax.
Now, when you're here and you are earning money on your YouTube and it's still registered under the United States, which
Correct.
I hope you keep,
Yes,
just leave
I
it as
will.
it
I will
is.
100% keep it that
You'll
way.
pay the American tax and you will not pay Italy anything.
No, I will pay them nothing.
They won't ask you for anything.
They won't. We've had this conversation with lawyers and all that. We've had all of those. We got all that out of the way, and I know exactly.
I don't pay the Italians any tax. All my stuff goes through the US.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. And because that's the deal that the Americans have made with the Italians. It's this really great thing. Now, however, if you decided, because you are an EU citizen and you could work freely, you could get hired by anybody in Italy. If you make money within the Italian tax system, then you would have to pay that. If you got a job, say somebody said, "Oh, can you start doing the sound at the local opera house?"
Right.
You'd have to pay Italian tax.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you have to just know what your boundaries are. I mean, when I'm learning all this stuff, exactly how it's going to work, because obviously I'm not going to go get a job in a shoe store or running sound at the local opera house, even though the opera house in fucking Toronto was fucking amazing, and I got a tour of it. I was like, "Fuck, this is amazing."
Well, if you do get that job, get paid in cash.
Get paid in cash, right? Get it paid. All for the books.
I've got my workers on the new place, and certain stuff they had to install. They had to put the fattura, which is the invoice,
Yeah.
So that has to all be on the up and up. But after that, they were doing other jobs in the house, like fucking putting in my new toilet seat and all that shit and shower. And I was like, "Guys, I'll give you guys cash." And they were like, they looked at each other like, "Cool." I was like,
Sure.
fuck it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Which is the conversation that we're going to be having next month, because we've got a guy that somehow is attached to that place. And if we do decide to go through with that particular place that needs all that reno and all that stuff, we need to figure out a way to make it, I'm not trying to defraud or not pay taxes and stuff, but, like whatever the best way is to do it, because,
I recommend you do this. You pay him on the open up, Bonifico, which is a bank transfer or whatever.
Yep.
Everybody uses
That's
that
what
here.
we're
You do it from your phone, takes seconds. Everybody does it. You do that for the first few payments, and then when you finally get very comfortable with the guy, and you're having a coffee before he starts to work in the local bar, and you go upstairs with him when he starts to work. When you get comfortable, then you might be able to introduce the idea of like, hey, listen, I'll give you 600 cash if you oh shit, yeah, I'll do the job.
Right.
Absolutely.
I
First
mean,
of all, Italy was built on this, on the wink, wink,
sure,
nod,
sure.
nod.
I mean, like the last thing I want to do is get into any kind of situation there, and obviously I'll stay within the letter of the law and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to because here's the thing I found out, which is fascinating, and you're in the middle of it right now. But for most people, if you need to redo a kitchen in the United States of America, you're talking about $20,000 to $30,000. That's the average cost of an American kitchen in a house. Now, in Italy, when you're talking about, like, you can start talking about Wolf or Bertazzoni or any of these high-end appliances.
Okay, so if you want to pay 20 to 30 grand here on a kitchen,
I do
you're
not.
talking about the ultimate
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, I'm going to pay $5.
Yeah, I'm paying $5 for the materials and $2 for the installation.
Right. That's the
And
way
it'll be a nice kit. It's not going to be a shitty kit. It'll be
So
nice.
what are you getting? Tell me what you get. What's your oven? What are you getting?
The appliances are separate.
Oh,
Okay,
they're
the
not part of
appliances.
that.
Not part of that, no.
So what's the
appliances are
5K
separate.
for? What is that for?
All the stuff,
Cabinetry?
yeah, it's going to turn a corner and everything's going to be
Wow,
both
Venice
sides of
is
the
way
wall
more
and everything.
expensive than the market.
Venice is 3 times the price of everywhere else.
Cabinetry, appliances, all the materials for the sinks, and all that stuff is $5.
Right.
And it's about 16 to 2 for the workers. That's the price for that.
You're
And
on
what-
the mainland.
Well,
if I was
yeah,
in I was in Mestre or Mirano or Mira,
it'd be like
it'd be 1/3 of the price. And they do it overnight. The problem is I'm out on a lagoon. They have to bring everything up by boat. It's a disaster. Fucking disaster.
Now, have you found these guys, considering what you're up against with your, lagoon living, do you find the work to be consistent and on schedule, or no? Oh, he's shaking his head already. Fuck.
No. I'd already live there if that was the case.
Because, this place, we've already
But, are you
decided-
getting a dishwasher, Brad? No, I hate dishwashers.
Me too. I don't want one.
They're the bane of my, I do not want to I've been in homes that have dishwashers and I never fucking use them.
I never used one either. I've never had one.
I'll fucking wash my own dishes. I don't care.
I wash my own dishes. I like washing.
Loading the first of all, you have to wash the dish first. Okay. And then when it's washed, you have to put it in the dishwasher. Then you have to load it up and do this whole thing, and it fucking gurgles away for hours. And then you have to unload it. Come off it. Just stick the shit under the fucking sink.
Say, rinse it off. Let it sit and wash your own dishes. Did you know that when we were in the Airbnb, right? When we were there, and they had that lovely tiny little dish, I'd considered that strictly for spotless glassware. I would consider it for that because I didn't put any dishes in there. We all washed by hand, but I did put all the wine glasses and stuff in there. And when I pulled them out, I went, "Wow, that looks great." I would consider a small one, like one you'd see in a wine shop or something like that. So maybe.
And they say if you put silverware in and you crumple up some aluminum foil, crumple it up, and just throw in a couple of balls of that inside. Then your silverware comes out all shiny. They say that's what I heard.
Well, listen, there's room for that. My dream is to have a Bertazzoni oven with
think about me with my knives. You don't put a knife near warm water.
No,
always cold.
Always.
I have my set of knives on a big magnet thing.
Yeah,
I need to do that manually. When Lydia was here last time, I trained her how to sharpen knives. By the way, she was like, "This is great. I'm learning something completely new that I would have never learned."
It's an art.
Like, that's the whole point.
I don't know how to sharpen knives, and I don't do it. I have somebody else do it. I don't know how to do it.
You get their cold stones, and it's a lovely evening. Put on a nice record, open a bottle of wine, light up a smoke if that's your thing, and start sharpening your knives. It's lovely. It's meditation. And then when you just drop the knife on the fucking tomato or the potato or whatever it is, it just falls right through it like it's paper. It's beautiful. Love it.
If you could work freely, are you not? You know what I meant by that was that if you are an EU citizen, which I am, and he is, then you can. But if you are not, you have to get a work permit.
You can go anywhere now that you have that Irish passport.
Anyway,
We can go over to Dublin, and I mean Britain no longer because they
no,
opted
but,
out.
they
But
do.
you can fucking go to Portugal and get a job in a bar.
Yes, that's right. Brad wants to know if I became a gondolier, would I have to pay tax? I would. Yes.
Gondoliers
I'd have to
pay
switch
tax.
over to, yeah.
They pay it happily. You know why? They earn bank.
Those guys
Gondoliers
make a lot
earn
of money.
so much fucking money.
He's Carolyn
They're clean
Merchant. Hi, Carolyn. She would know more than all of us, my friend, because she's done a lot of property stuff. My Italian renovation took 2 years. No work can be done in our town. Man, wow. That's also, I'm not going to dox our town, obviously, but it's a northern, western Italian town. And it is in.
Is it hard to get? It's hard to get to, though, right?
It's hard to get to
Like
because
on
it's
a
very
hill,
hilly.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very hilly. So the town, it's got a certain kind of je ne sais quoi, and it's considered a premium town. It's like, if you were to go into Lago Como, and go to one of these, fancy that shit's going to cost you a lot, but it's still not going to cost you as much as, Venice, where people are actually living on little tiny islands that are interconnected with bridges and stuff. That's it's a whole.
Listen, I
other
found my guys. I mean, it's still way cheaper than it would be in New York.
Yeah,
way cheaper. I found my guys. I mean, my first initial quotes were astronomical, but these were guys who were ready to gut the place and like put in crazy.
Can I ask you a question? What your first quote was? Would you mind telling me?
82.
Mine was 187.
Yeah, and
I said
the place is probably 3 times the size.
Oh, it is. It's huge, but I was like, but it was for heated floors, and
for that kind of money, you get the looks.
I was like,
people have this idea that Italians live like meagerly in an empty room. No, they like the looks shit. They like the best of the best.
Listen, I'm gonna get those Mitsubishi air conditioners on the wall and shit, bro. I'm not doing that. I don't want heated floors. I said, where the floor is fucked up, pour some concrete and polish that up because it'll look cool. I don't need like because it's pavimento veneziani throughout, right? Veneziano all the way through. But if you take a wall or two down, there's going to be like holes and shit. I said, just put concrete there and polish it. We care? I don't care about that shit. I was curious about that because. I mean, it's just, God. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're either going to find out or we're not. And if you got the balls, you go and you find out. And isn't that the adventure? You either come to the party or you don't. Like
I've been saying it now for years to you.
Sure,
you just got to jump. You got to jump.
You just got to jump.
You got to dive in and then figure out where you're.
That's promising that we're going right back there, right?
If you wait, If you wait around for the right moment, perfect situation, that's never coming. You just got to go in.
Yeah, you just got to go in.
And figure it out then.
The patio could fit like fucking 30 people on it. Fucking huge.
You have a patio?
Yeah, it's like fucking gigantic.
That's gonna be great.
I do not own
you like growing basil and things like that. It's gonna be beautiful.
My whole idea is my previous.
It's gonna be like your deck times 30.
My
your old deck.
Mine was 8. It was 10 by 10. It was 10 feet by 10 feet. And
what's the new one?
It's
like
45 by 8.
By 8, so long.
It's very long. It's like a big, long, giant strip. I mean, it's a mess though, and it's a mess. Yeah. I'll show you the pictures. I think I should.
Listen, dude, enjoy the work. You'll reminisce about those days. You'll be sitting.
Sure. Remember when?
Yeah. Oh, it took us so long. It took us so long to fix that thing, and Oh, you want to see? We had to get 8 guys to lift up that big barbecue thing, whatever.
Do you know how many guys it took to get my Steinway up the hallway and into my salon? Hey, I've always wanted a place that was big enough to have a fucking piano in it. I was like, I might.
Somebody was asking me
eventually
about that recently. Like, why don't you get a piano into your new place? I'm like, listen,
yeah.
there are people with
Listen
grand
to
pianos
pragmatism.
in Venice, but they're gazillionaires. There are people on the canal, on the Grand Canal, with a grand piano in their salotto, and salotto. What? It's late, and
I understood.
and they, you know, a crane brought it in the window, and they had to have guys professionally remove the 800-year-old window and then remount it and all that. But that's when you're, you know,
That's when you're Vladimir Horowitz. Because when I was a kid and I was obsessed with him, I used to stand outside his apartment and watch the technicians pop his window out every time he had a performance, and done right movers would pull his. They actually changed his jalousie windows to fit his casement windows to be able to pop out, because they had to do that every single time, because he would only play his particular style.
Listen,
it's an amazing shit. Look, we're not in that stride.
If you're Peggy Guggenheim,
sure, yeah,
you know, she had her own gondola. It's a different level. But I'm not crying. I live. My location is even better than hers. God damn it!
It's better than hers. Would I love to have a fucking Steinway? Sure. Hey man, I'd take a Fazioli while we're at it. Carolyn Martin, $50. Oh, sweetheart. Have a wonderful evening. Quick drive by. Ciao. Back to dinner. You enjoy your dinner. Kisses to the mister. And thank you for being just all the shit you are for me. Thank you very much. You're just some kind of crazy angel. I don't know. Brad wants to know what size apartment 400 grand would get you over there in Venice.
400,000 in okay, so renting versus buying are two different things. Yeah, decent.
Yeah, not in your part of town.
Not like
probably up in Santa
super
Croce
mega, not super mega, but decent. Like you can get a nice, cute little apartment in Venice for 250, 280,000. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. I recently, on one of my lives, I go by a place and the photos in the windows and prices, and I showed people 400s, yeah, decent, yeah. But again, Venice is Venice.
That is more than we are planning on spending in
you go inland, totally different thing. 400 gets you a fucking amazing place. But Venice is a particular case. I just made the choice to kind of live in the fish, as they call it, because Venice is a fish. If you want to be in this thing, that's why Madonna was filming under my house tonight, because I live in a museum. You don't have to live in a museum. You can live inland. Things are easier. You've access to all the highways.
You have Costco there, and probably all that
Costco
shit.
kind of shit, and all the different cuisines and everything. And you don't have to cross bridges and walk around. And there are cars and highways, and you can live essentially what would resemble an American lifestyle, with multiplex cinemas and supermarkets and all of that.
All those things we need so badly.
All of that stuff. Meanwhile, you also get to drink the great coffee and go to little piazzas. And if you want, you can come over to Venice for the evening and have a lovely. You don't have to live in the dream necessarily. I just made a decision to live in the dream, and that's my problem that I'm dealing with. But I'm all right.
I remember the day you called me and said, I'm on my way to Venice because I think I want to live the dream. And I was like, fuck yeah.
It was 6 years ago.
Yeah, we stayed on the phone, and then he FaceTimed. He was trying to find that first gaff, and there was like a particular tower that was a little tilty, and it had like a window configuration, like open it. We couldn't figure it out. It was fascinating, but man, that's 6 years ago. Wow, how did that happen? You know what?
Crazy,
The
huh?
world is—it's just happening.
It's some of the best years of my life. Some of the best
years.
years of my life are fucking peaceful, beautiful.
Ireland's Air Force is bold, 9 unarmed prop planes, 0 jets, and the hope that any intruder mistakes them for an aerial tour group. Amazing. Don't fuck with the Irish, my friends. They're smart. Thanks, 5 balloons. Thank you very much for that. What is this box event? To work in Ireland, Dirk, you would need to apply for a... No, I wouldn't. I'm an Irish citizen.
Yeah,
Well,
he has an Irish visa.
I have Irish citizenship.
Irish passport.
I have actual Irish citizenship, so I wouldn't need that at all.
Boxer fans, you're
It's not just a passport.
you're off there.
Yeah, I actually have. I have the foreign birth certificate, so I am officially, I could vote in Ireland.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say, weren't you born in Ireland?
No, I wasn't. I was born in Kew Gardens, Queens.
Oh,
no.
Okay, I thought you.
No, I just spent my earliest memories of my life are all Irish, because we got on planes like right afterwards. My earliest memories are all. If I was born in Ireland, I would never had to go through all of this bullshit I had to deal with, which is hideous.
So you got the Irish passport because of your mom and dad.
Yes, I have it from lineage, but I actually have an actual Irish birth certificate that makes me I'm an Irish citizen. You have to apply before you can get an Irish passport. If you're not born on, you have to. It's called a foreign births registration, and you have to apply for that. And I had a passport when I was very, very young, when they didn't require that. You used to not require. Whereas my grandmother used to say, you used to need it. That's a fucking Sligoism. Right, you used to need that. And now you do, because it's obviously the real world, computers and records and stuff. So you actually have to become an Irish. And they don't allow everybody in there. But my lineage is so fucking ridiculously unbroken. You know, there's just everybody's Irish. There's like, I was like, throw a couple of Jews and black people in there, will you please? Something fun and spicy. It's like on my DNA it says 0.0003% Levantine. I was like, tell me more. Which means Palestine. Which would be very cool, right? So yeah, I definitely can. I could go there and work tomorrow if I wanted to, because I've got all the fucking stuff that you need. I'm legit. I'm finally legit Irish. Finally.
It's not just having an Irish passport. You're in the EU now.
Yeah, hold on a second.
With the Irish passport, you can go anywhere in the EU, and you're good to go. So AI says the Irish passport is ranked as one of the most powerful in the world, topping the Nomad Passport Index of 2025, consistently ranking in the top tier of the Henley Passport Index. Never heard of that.
No.
It provides a visa-free, visa-on-arrival access to over 185 countries.
Wow.
That's 5 countries short of the planet. There's only 190 countries on the planet.
Is that how many there are?
190, 192, depending on what Africa decides from one day to another. It varies, it fluctuates because, warlords and so on. EU citizenship allows for freedom of movement to live, work, and study anywhere in the European Union and Switzerland. Because remember, Switzerland is an exception.
Sure.
Excuse me, UK access. The common travel area allows Irish citizens to live and work in the UK freely. High global standing, ranked number 1 in 2025 by Nomad Capitalists for combining travel access with high personal freedoms, low taxes, and strong international reputation. Why it's highly rated. Dual citizenship. Ireland allows dual citizenship, adding to its appeal for people of Irish descent. That would be you. security and mobility. It offers top-tier access to major economic zones, including the US, of course, because the Irish and US relationship is extremely strong, and Japan. Didn't know about Japan. Dual mobility is uniquely valuable post-Brexit, as it is the only passport allowing easy movement within both the EU and the UK. So the Irish came out on top with Brexit, baby.
Well, I bet they did.
I fucking love that. So No Bad Capitalist gave it 20 for 25, 20, 26. First place. First place.
Wow.
The Italians used to go on that theirs was the strongest, but that ended last year.
Sure.
This is interesting. You know what? We never fucked over anyone. That's why everyone loves
That
us.
is 100% why. Because
We stayed on everyone's side.
That's for sure. Unless you were born in Ireland, you do need to be. I'm not going to live in
the
Ireland.
the peers that also have almost equally strong passports are Germany, France, Italy, and Spain.
Sure. Yeah. Dirk, you're planning to learn Italian. Capisco l'italiano, ma sono timido quando si tratta di parlare. I'm just nervous speaking. I understand it almost entirely now.
He's fine.
Not
He's
a
fine.
problem
He's
at
fine.
all. I'm pretty good. But
6 months in. 6 months
Six
in.
months
He's
in.
cracking jokes at the bar.
6 months and I'm cracking jokes. And that's the thing. Once you're able to do the humor and all that stuff. So listen, I live with an Italian and my friends all speak Italian. And my vocabulary is pretty damn good at this point. It's just practice, situational. You know, you need
Forget
to
about it, guys. Forget it. Listen to this Chacolone that he is. He just checks. Check.
Yeah.
He's a talker. He's going to get talking to all the old ladies in the street.
That's what happened to me on the roof in Funnel. I'm on the roof hanging laundry because there's a couple of chats here earlier. They're talking about dryers. Nobody in Italy has a dryer. They all have washers. Nobody has a dryer. They all hang laundry.
There's only to use a dryer. No.
Yeah, I'm on the roof. I'm hanging laundry, and I meet Julia. She's a woman like around 70. And like with my Italian and her non-existent English, we bond this amazing new friendship. I tell her what we're doing, why we're there. She's so excited. She can't believe my partner is Fanese, and he speaks the dialect. And then she meets him, and Paul charms the shit out of everybody. And then he speaks their dialect, and they're all like, "Oh my God, my grandkids can't do that." And then the next thing you know, we're sitting in realtors' offices and learning all this stuff because I made friends with this woman because I'm hanging laundry on the roof. So you know what? That happened the first day I was there. So you know what? The second month, third month, 6th month, like you said, it'll happen. I'm
kidding me? It'll be accelerated.
Yeah.
Ireland has the strongest passport in the world, according to Passport Index 2025. It's the first time a Northern European country has held solo number 1 spot in annual ranking. What you're sitting on there, man, is gold. We're tied for the tops alongside Luxembourg and Sweden.
Luxembourg. Wow, Luxembourg. Finally home, Andrew. Show the lad some support, upvote, and subscribe and become a Patreon and a member if you can. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Let's give you a big bang. Let's give him a giant bang boom because he gives away so many memberships. I don't know how that works. Do you have to pay their monthly fucking thing? How does that work?
No, it's the first month.
Oh, it's the first month. Let's hope everybody sticks with it.
So if a membership is $5 and he buys 5, that's $25.
You're the best. Let's give him the Andrew Wolkowitz gong. Oh, that's sweet. I got this. Behold me fine, itchy fishing sweater and cap, hand knitted by the devil himself, no doubt, says I. Are you making fun of Ray right now?
Who is this dude? He's not in my audience.
He's been on here the last couple of weeks, and he's been very, very funny with his little madman.
He's interesting.
Yeah. Behold me fine, itchy fishing sweater and cap, hand knitted by the devil himself, no doubt, says I. What is that?
There's the rankings. Ireland number 1, Switzerland 2, Greece, Portugal, Malta before Italy. Italy must be so angry about that. Because Italy used to be number 1 for years.
What was this?
and they were very proud of that. But they're like Omega. They got pushed down to number 5.
Omega deserves it. I think we all agree
Yeah,
they deserve
yeah.
it. They do. Reynold, maybe it's time for him to go. I think it's mostly Nick Hayek, but that's my own.
It's Nick Hayek. It's Nick Hayek. They can't do anything. Their hands are tied.
Yeah,
UK is at 21st position. Jesus. Let's keep going. Isn't real down here? No, they're not even. No,
they couldn't because nobody
they're
wants them.
the world's pariahs right now. Andorra is the 49th position. Vatican City is a 49.
That's a passport and a half. Huh?
Vatican City passport? Can you imagine being a native of Vatican City?
I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I think you need to be in the
US is 45th.
Yeah, well,
in position.
I would like to go see Iran with my American passport. Is that good? Guess where I can go? Ready for this, Oisin?
Cuba. You're going to say Cuba.
Let's go to Cuba.
Not now.
No, not now, but
the lights are off.
Well, I know. I know. The lights are off while Trump is prez. Yeah.
It's a month before they take that place. Poland is 30.
He already been threatening to do it because he's
yeah, they're dying for it.
Here's Chris on the Upper East Side. Sorry if I missed you earlier. If you have enough US dough, you can live it. No, that's very true. But not so much anymore because the fucking dollar's worth nothing right now, man. It's so insecure.
Just remove US, and what he said is true. If you have enough money, you can live anywhere.
I'll be right back. Quick beat.
I think about the billionaires in Monaco here with their yachts. If you have enough money, you live comfortably anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where it is, practically. The US dollar, yeah, it's a little weak right now. It's not a good time. You want to stay within the US and spend your US dollars. Don't travel because you're going to find things to be quite expensive right now. It's been dropping. The British pound remains pretty strong. That's amazing. Such a resilient currency. George Clooney, yeah, Brad. Yeah, he's a French citizen now, right? Well, listen, that was her. Let's face it, the brains of that couple is her, right? He's a smart guy. He's talented and all that. Fantastic. But she fucking outshines him. And you can bet your ass that she was like, listen, sweetie, we better make some moves here. And she can fucking speak 7 languages or something. So she was like, yeah, we can move to France. I'll take care of all the paperwork. That's her job. She's a fucking lawyer. So he was probably like, yeah, honey. He looked out with her, man. That's top shelf. Andrew, how long till Jeff Bezos finds out?
What did I miss? How long till Jeff Bezos what?
Finds out he's getting divorced.
Oh, that thing. Oh, God. Imagine that. There's nothing.
She's a wolf. She's a wolf.
Oh, well, yeah. He's obviously stupid. All these guys that are able to amass this kind of money and create these incredible companies, and they still fall prey to that.
Wow. Look, go back in the years.
Oh, I know.
That guy in his little office.
I know.
The most pathetic little dude.
Dweeb.
Now he has this power bitch with her big fake tits and her lips. Ugh.
Listen, I know I'm on the other side of the street, but I just don't see how that's appealing to any of you when it's all fake. Like, it's not exciting to me. I know not to you particularly, but a lot of guys fall prey to the, that fake.
Boxer fans.
Yeah.
Property tax in Venice. Property tax here is 5 or 6%, but on your first house you pay 2%.
You want to know what you're paying Fano for your first house?
What?
0.
Wow.
0.
Well, we're in Venice. It's different.
Yes, it's a totally different ballgame, and I get it. But we were told if you make that your primary residence, it's 0.
Sure.
And it's 10% if it's your secondary, your holiday home.
These are the old lefty laws that came in after the war that have sat there. Meloni's trying to change things. Things are going to get more expensive if she wins. By Monday, Tuesday of next week, Italy could be a very different place. If she wins, it's going to bolster her side. The fascist movement, the right wing, is going to be like super emboldened. And if she loses, it's going to be major cracks. She'll lose next year then in the general election. A lot hinges on the next 3 or 4 days in Italy.
What do you hope happens?
I like that Italy, they stand for the rights of the common people. I know it could be a pain in the ass for the wealthy trying to get ahead and people building businesses. Sometimes the Italian bureaucracy can be defeatist.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean people don't win anyway? You know how many people are driving Ferraris around fucking Italy and living the high life? So it's not like people are all, this is not impoverished, fucking East Germany or something. This is, people live the high life in Italy.
They live well, yeah.
They live well, but they complain nonetheless. And there were laws about like paying in cash, paying for things in cash. There was a limit and that got lower and lower. And then Meloni upped it. It got down to like nearly 500 euros. It was getting really rough. Yeah. And she lifted that, and now it's like 5,000 euros in cash is acceptable, or 5,500 or something like that. She was pushing back against that. And I can see how that can be frustrating when you can't pay for anything, big in cash. You has to go through a bonifico or whatever.
Sure.
But I think the laws here are very just, and the right of the people is very, very strong, and that resonates. Like what's happening in America right now, when people are just being grabbed off the street and they disappear, and they're, they just disappear to Ecuador, and their family have no idea. The things like that just don't happen. There's the habeas,
they do in Calabria.
Strong. Well, down there you get thrown in an acid bath.
Right.
I hope it's a no. I hope she loses. I don't hate her as a leader as much as I should, because she's a fascist. I'm not fascist. I don't hate her as much as I should. I should hate her more, but I don't. I can see her mechanisms, but I don't want this to be a win, because what it's going to do is she's going to change a law that 2/3 of the parliament have to vote yes for a law to go through, and she's trying to change that. It can't be like just 51% against 49. It has to be 2/3.
Yes.
So it slows things down a lot, which can be frustrating, but it means that the people need to speak. She's trying to undo that. And if she does, she's creating a pathway for her and her successors. It'd be like if Trump changes the laws about how many presidencies. Currently you can only have 2 presidencies. You can't run for a 3rd term. If Trump changes that somehow, then he can have a 3rd and a 4th and a 5th, and Ivanka can have 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th, and so on. It creates the pathway for a new reality. I like the fact that you can't have more than 2 terms, personally.
Yeah.
Don't you?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think then you wind up in, when laws get changed,
you wind up in Putin world.
Putin territory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who changed the law? They had 2 terms too, and then
How long
You
has
know,
he been running Russia? Like 20 years?
well, I mean, he's flip flop with Medvedev and all that shit. You know, he did that,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
and you know who was really playing, who was really running the show? It's not him. It was Putin, of course, because he was skirting the law. You know, that's like everybody said if Michelle Obama ran for president, she'd win, and then Barack would be president again. You know, I mean, this is all speculative, but maybe a little bit true too. Obviously, Putin ran the country when he had his underlings running his show for him, and that's I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I know about Georgia Maloney, and I know about the what she stands for, but I also see, and I've spoken to Paul's family in the country and in the city, and they are, she's got a 44 or 45% approval rating right now by the Italians. It's pretty
She's
good.
lasted longer than anybody
Yeah.
expected. I
She
remember when
certainly
she
has.
won, everyone was like, "Oh, she'll be in there 3 months."
Right.
And there we are years later, and
Yeah.
she's a tough woman.
She's tough, which
And as I said, this opting out of the Iran thing is going to score some points.
yeah, as it should.
Nobody in Italy wants anything to do with that, and they're very sympathetic to Palestine and so on. So they're not gonna roll with that. And it was clever on her part to say, this ain't our war.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
My favorite moment of Meloni is some other politician, I can't remember his name, was saying like she's a cogliona, she's like a fucking bitch or a pain in the ass or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
In some interview. She wasn't there. It was some TV interview. And like a couple of months later, then there was a big meeting of all these different leaders and so on. And she walked into the room, and the first guy in the line was that dude. And she had to shake his hand. And she goes, "Oh, ciao, sono la cogliona Giorgia Meloni." She basically said, "Hi, I'm the bitch.
I'm the bitch.
Giorgia
Yeah.
Meloni. Well, nice to meet you." She shook his hand, and then she kept going. So she's like she'd go down really well in America because Americans like a strong man, like they like
Sure.
that kind of stuff. So they would really resonate.
Yeah. Gallery Putin 26 years and Lukashenko
26
32 years
years.
in power. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that's totally true.
26 years of Trump's. I mean,
No,
it wouldn't
nobody
be
wants
him, but it would be Ivanka, or it would be one of the sons.
He doesn't have any brain cells left. I mean, the guy fell asleep yesterday after he complained.
He's getting
about-
old.
He's
Old
an old
age is
man.
old
and
age.
He's doddering. Slava Bogu wants to know, what about Bibi? We don't talk about Bibi. We call him Milikovsky because that's who he is.
Is he dead or not?
Is he
That's the
dead?
question.
I mean, it might be the greatest thing that ever happened to the universe if that guy was dead. But he's got plenty of horrible people underneath him that'll carry on his
Well,
treachery.
his son stopped tweeting. His son used to tweet 20, 30 times a day. Yavir is his name.
Yeah.
And he on the 8th, he stopped. And that's when everybody started paying attention.
Because he's dead too?
Also, no, because he may have been told, don't say anything, that your dad's gone, but we can't tell anybody because that would be a victory for Iran.
Sure.
It's a bad look. It just doesn't look good.
Sure.
We want to paint Iran as powerless or fumbling idiots, not some organization that actually have their shit together. By the way, did you see the F-35 got hit yesterday?
I saw that.
It didn't go down, by the way.
Emergency landing, yeah.
Emergency landing. But I just love that they used a thermal signature rather than radar.
Yeah.
And now that thermal signature, they know it, and they're selling it to the Russians and China. And by the way,
China.
the system to detect the thermal signatures, these strange radars, you know who gave them to Iran? China. They sent them 3 months ago. Because
why
they were
wouldn't
like,
they?
this thing is going to appear on your radar as the size of a golf ball, but it isn't. It is an F-35 because it has no right angles, and it does like
Right.
the B-2 bombers and the F-117s, right? It's no right angles, blah blah blah, and it has the special coding, so it appears like a golf ball on the radar. But if you can't hide heat, you can't hide that. And there's a thermal signature from the boosters. Now they know the thermal signature. They don't even need advanced weapons to fight it.
No.
This $2 billion plane now is kind of useless in this conflict, and probably useless in further conflicts if anything breaks out with Russia and China, because now they know it. They'll be like, yeah, send it if you want. We'll send up our cheapest fucking drone. And it may not take it down.
DJI drone will take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, right?
Lockheed Martin, be careful. Redesign.
Right now, they're working on the F-36.
The F-36, because God knows. I mean, heat. Heat is still a thing in Star Trek. You know, heat will always be a signature that people can detect. Any heat signatures? You hear every incarnation of Star Trek talk about heat signatures. It's, you know.
Well, light without heat is the next step in evolution, apparently, right? Remember that?
Oh, apparently.
We're getting philosophical now, but it's just we can't create light without heat, even a small amount.
No.
But I just love that they overcame radio. What does radar stand for? Shit. Radar is it's like laser, right?
It's like laser.
Laser is light amplification by stimulated emission radiation. Radar stands for, and I should know because I did a whole thing about.
I knew it. More like it's radio detection and ranging.
And ranging, that's right. I just love that they're fighting this old, at this point, antiquated technology, whereas a heat signature is just boom, up you come. And here's the interesting thing about some of the Iranian drones. Some of them have a device in the front. The name escapes me now. It's way too late and I've had too much whiskey. And this amplifies the radar response. So instead of trying to hide itself, what it does is it's like this ball thing up at the front, and what it does is it makes itself way more amplified on radar scans. So what happens is this thing is only 6 foot long or 8 foot long, but it looks like the size of a 747 on the radar readout. So what happens? They send up planes and they fire missiles at it because they think it's a huge thing, but it isn't. It's a little fucking drone. So they waste. It's a war of attrition because some of these drones don't even have an explosive in them. They just want to appear like a big threat, and then they fucking waste billions fucking shooting at it.
Isn't that unbelievable how expensive that shit is? I can't believe it.
I mean, like, Iran, they're playing dirty, and they have to, you know.
Slava Bogo, I want to know you and your beautiful family because, like, you're smart because that's exactly true. Fucking Israel sells us out every day. They really think they fucking care.
Yeah, China already have the tech.
I'm not going to dox myself on flights, but no, I'm not flying first class. Those days are over. My dad's dead, and long live the king, because I flew first class when my dad was alive. I'm working on points right now and trying to, amass them so I don't have to sit in the back. I'm sitting in the back of the bus for a while. So that's
just get drunk.
I'm just going to go have a couple of 2 cocktails before I get on the plane and then eat and fall asleep.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
Who's this? Bye. Dana. Bye. Yeah. I mean, listen, we flew on ITA last time, my very first time on that airline that just merged with Lufthansa, so they're a mess. We tried to do it through them, and it was a disaster because their mileage program is all goofed up, and they haven't integrated, so that was a train wreck. But I flew in the back of the bus, and it wasn't terrible. It really wasn't. I had Wi-Fi and a screen, and I ordered the vegetarian meal. You know what the vegetarian meal was? Cannelloni. And it was gorgeous.
Really?
paper thin pasta filled with ricotta and mushroom with a beautiful sugo. It was gorgeous. I was like, this doesn't taste like American Airlines. It's not a chicken capon or what did I used to get on American for vegetarian meals? Like they give you an Indian melange. And it was
Mm.
like, and I used to fly in the front of the bus, and some of that was amazing. But like, listen, different cultures, they look at the food. When you leave Rome, the food instantly on the plane is 10 times better than it is coming from the States. It's way
So you're
better.
flying into Rome
Yeah.
and then a short flight over
Yeah.
to where, Ancona?
Ancona.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which takes 21 minutes.
Yeah, so it's up and down. It's like going Shannon to Dublin, right?
It's just like that. It's
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
Yeah.
And like I remember because we were sitting in the gaff and it was Dana and Emmett and everybody. And I knew that there was flights, but I couldn't find them. I said, they're not available on our days. And Dana's such a wizard. She's going like this. She's like, oh, what time are you leaving tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know why. She goes, because there's a flight at 1 o'clock and you can make your flight at okay, book this flight. I was like, and I did. And we got that. It was a paper plane. And I think I have a video. You want to see the video? It was really fucking funny. I could find it really quickly.
What was it? It was propeller?
Jeez, wait to see this thing.
It was McDonnell Douglas.
No, it was some ridiculous shit. On photos. Hold on. There it is. Is that it? Okay, search an app. I love that it does this. No, not in that app, you stupid bastard. Hold on. I realized that in photos, search an app, that there it is. Here's my eat this shit. That when you search in iCloud, you don't search in iCloud, you search on your actual phone. You search on your actual computer to make that work. Come on. All right, give me a second. I mean, this is fine. I have a really cool video. Let me get the date right now. What time? What day did we leave? Okay.
And then Ancona to Fanos, like a train or?
The 5.5 hours by train.
No, but Ancona to Fano.
Oh, it's 2 stops.
Yeah.
It's 10 minutes. 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes. Where's my video?
I like Ancona.
Ancona's cool. I mean, I've never explored it properly.
I have nice memories of Ancona.
Okay, here we go. Ready? I found it. I love that you can find this so easily on here. This is our paper plane that we took. And you know what? It was fine. Paul was actually a little bit nervous, but I didn't think it was such a big deal.
Why? Because it's prop? Who cares? That's great. Well, look at that. Oh, come on. I wouldn't be nervous in that. Well, that's how we got around for so long.
I mean,
that's cool. I like that.
I know. It was fine. Do you know how many people were on the plane? 4.
Even better. It gets off the tarmac immediately.
Oh, my God.
You had to sit down the back?
We had to sit in the back, and they made us check our bags because they said for weight distribution. So he's laughing, right? He's taking pictures of me. And then there's my seat. And so he's giving me the window. Yeah, so that was basically it. And it was really funny. And it took off like this. So he went, boom.
Yeah.
And it was very fucking bumpy. But I don't care. I love fucking flying. I don't give a shit. I was like this. And he's like, he's a little nervous. I'm like, what do you care all of a sudden? I said, we go down together and we're dead. And that's it. And it's over. So I booked it so we could make sure that we could get that flight.
Why does the prop plane get such bad rap? You think they go down every day? Come on.
They just look rickety, I mean, technically they're far more stable than jet engines. Jet engines have so much fucking thrust and shit going in there. It's like so many things can go wrong. The velocity of air and ignition, there's so much bad shit could happen. You know, those are way more proven.
Also, on the larger flight, you have so many more people and so much shit that can go. Some lunatic decides to blow up his feet, and or whatever. A little prop plane, you're grand.
Sure,
I'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I was like, and he's like, "You like that?" I was like, "I like 21 minutes."
Yeah, 21 minutes.
5.5 hours, because you got to go from Rome to Centrale. Then you have to go to the.
Hold on, you go Rome to where?
Termini. Sorry, I always think Milano Centrale. You have to go from Fiumicino to Termini, and then change train to Termini to go to Bologna, then change train to Bologna to go back down the other side.
You could always rent a car.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 hours.
No, it's longer than that. Still longer
Is it?
than that. Yeah, I don't know. What is
just kind of crossing over
drive time? You can go through the mountains.
It's because Fano is in such an odd corner.
It's not though. It's like mid fucking thigh, I guess.
Dude, a train from here to see you guys, it takes
3 hours 41 minutes directly through the Apennine. Yeah, it's
I'll just take the plane.
I like the 21 minutes, and you know what?
Yeah.
Get off the plane, and that airport's called Falconara, and you get off there. There's no customs because you're coming from Rome. You just walk outside. You get on the train, and then you're like, bye.
Yeah.
And then it lets you off right by the fucking Al Qaeda deli over in Fano, like where we had coffee before you left.
Yeah, the Al Qaeda deli.
Do you remember the Al Qaeda deli on Vernon Boulevard? The one on 47th Road. It's gone now. It's a children's like pediatrician, but I actually stole their cat and I gave it to somebody because they had a cat there, and I was like, "Oh my god, the cat's cute." He goes, "He's great. It eats mice." And I was like, "Oh, what do you feed it?" They go, "We don't feed it. It just eats the mice."
It eats the mice. Fantastic.
Next time I went in there, the cat was always so friendly. I just grabbed it, I put it in my winter coat, and I walked out. And I took it, and I gave it to my friend Sharon.
You better be careful in Italy with your cat obsession.
Well, I'm not going to steal anybody's cat because the cats are. I understand how that works there.
Yeah.
And also,
they might be like, "Hey, fuck you! Like, leave my cat alone."
No, I'm not going to do that. Hey, you know how many cats I made friends with last time I was there? Zero.
Yeah, because
nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
like, fuck off, yank.
You love the cats, but like, just be careful because they might be like, thank you for your love, but fuck off because our cats are cat.
They wanted nothing to do with me, and I respect their boundaries. I do. And I was like, well, that's fucking horrible.
The cats live well in Italy,
They live great. They're like lounging on the cobblestones. They're so satiated. They've already had their bread dipped in wine for the afternoon. Like, they don't want anything. Yeah. What am I going to do? Go around with my temptations? Go, here, kitty. They don't give a fuck about me.
But I'm talking about the owners. The owners might be like, "What are you doing feeding my fucking cat?" I would
never do that. I would never do it. Not in there. I did it in Croatia where these cats were actually starving.
Emaciated.
They were emaciated. I fed all of them because I was in the hotel. We were in some fancy hotel in Dubrovnik, and we're having dinner, breakfast, and all these cats are coming around. They're like, shoo. I'm like, don't you dare shoo these cats. And I said, I want 2 plates of tuna tartare. And they gave it to me, and I put it out for all the cats.
You spoiled little bastard.
I don't give a fuck. I was like, I wanted all the tuna that they had, and they were like, and they saw me coming every morning. They're like, oh, that's the tuna guy. They knew.
But the Italians love their animals. You know that, right?
Oh, I know that they do. I know that they do. Yeah, I'm going to acquiesce, and I'm going to assimilate and be an Italian pet person.
If you go over to Giudecca here, you see the cats lying around. They don't mind a rub. They'll take a free rub.
Sure.
A pet.
But I also,
you can't take it upon yourself to go, I'm going to feed you. Some old lady will come down and hit you with a broom.
Hit me with a broom. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I know.
Sure,
Listen, I understand, Broco.
leave
Listen,
Elvise alone.
there is one cat in that one particular section of Fano that's like really all the cute little homes where all the old ladies live and they are always out with their brooms. And there was a cat laying in the middle of the street, and that cat wanted fuck all to do with me. So I went near him and he just went like this.
It means he's happy.
Don't even bother.
He's like, whatever.
So I didn't, and I just left him be.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 9:30, 3.5 hours on the iBashers. Guys, thank you very much. And thank you that the super chats picked up, because Friday night is the night to keep the lights on. Who do we
Guys,
got
anybody
here?
watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe and
iBashers.
and like, and I'm gonna have some great content coming up because I'm gonna be in Italy and I'm gonna film there, and we're gonna I will make a day where I hook up with this fella, and because it's it's not, we'll figure it out, and we'll have drinks and scenes.
You do Bologna.
Bologna? Well, it's equidistant, right? Well, actually, it's I don't know. It's, I guess it
It's
is.
halfway. You have to take the regional train.
I know you don't, but I have to take.
Good luck with that. I'll take Italo first class to Bologna.
Dick. Yeah, I have to take the one where you got the people walking around with all the fucking the girls that have like, I mean, everybody was half naked on that train.
Yeah,
they were all very overweight and full of tattoos, and they were just going like this, walking around like this.
That stretch. Dude, I wore the fucking gold GMT, man. I had to cover it a few times.
I saw you do it. I went like this. I only
on
brought
the train. I was like, what the hell am I doing? That stretch along there, because it's like beach towns and fucking vagabonds,
The beach towns and train stations are not where you really want to show your Rolex off.
I told you, I said this before, but like, Bologna is big, rough town. The train station is a fucking metropolis.
Sure.
That's a hub. It's like
the hub. It's the train hub.
Yeah, it's a Newark or something
it's Hartsfield. It's Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's the biggest fucking train station in all of
Normally when I go to Bologna, I'm like, I just make sure I'm cool, because it's a paradise up here, but down there, like, but I swear to God, I said it to you before, like, when I got to Bologna off that fucking regional train, I was relieved.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God I'm in Bologna. I'm like,
we didn't even know.
I'm in the north again, thank God.
he wasn't communicating with us, and he showed up that night in Fano, and we were like, I guess he's not coming. And
it was the last train.
It was the last train to Clocks, the last train to Fano.
I thought Emmett was going to be there a few more days, and I wanted to catch him while he was still 50.
Yeah,
because I missed him in Mexico, and I was like, I gotta. And then you posted something or whatever. Somebody said something, and Emmett had to leave. I was like, they're leaving
I didn't
tomorrow
know either, because it was B's birthday, so they had to go back home. And I was like, oh shit! I thought they were staying for the whole thing.
I didn't know, and I was like, I better jump in the shower right now and grab everything I can think of and get on the. And I had to, figure out the difficult part was the Bologna down to Fano, And
we did that.
It was the last one. Had I missed that train, that would have been it. I would have had to take a $300 taxi or something.
Oh, it would have been more than that.
Yeah, it was a long.
It's not that close.
And but I made it. Next thing, I'm in the piazza having a drink, waiting for you guys to go live.
I turned the corner and I was like, "Get the fuck!" Like, it was just crazy. It was great. It was great for the show, and everybody loved it. And then we went and proceeded to sit in the piazza. And it was a little bit chilly that night, and there was not so many people there, which was probably the best part, because you go there in the summer and all the tables are out and all that stuff. It's a totally different story, but it was great. It was good.
Let's say more of that. A wristwatch before we go.
Hold on. I've been touching it and printing it, so let's do it this way. There you go.
Jesus.
I've got tape on it, so sorry. I've got Scotch tape.
What a Rolex. I'm doing
What a
VC.
Rolex.
I'm doing Trump watch.
VC. That'll work. And it's the greatest watch. People are talking about it. It's the greatest watch ever made. It's a square. It's on leather. It's beautiful. It's gold.
It's a watch like no one has ever seen before.
a
That's
watch
his
I've never
favorite
even-
phrase recently. Like no one has ever seen before.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oy vey, So the professor kicking it off. Thank you for kicking off the super chat parade. Thank you so much. Kettle One Martinis and the professor again with 50 balloons. That was huge. Rufus. Say hi to LA lady. The professor again. And great check. Thanks so much, man. And Rufus again. And John Doe and the professor again. And Chelsky, thanks so much. When will John be back on your show? I think I might have missed this one. Did we get this one earlier? When's John back on your show?
I don't know. Next time something awful happens, it's our big joke between us. Like,
Is BB dead? That's the title of the next show.
yeah, that would be the next one. Yeah.
And the caption is, "We hope so." I live on a farm. Ray Ray's here, and great chick again with $1.99. Foxtrot, thanks so much. Gabbery. But the Dow is down 50,000. Andrew's here. Andrew gave away a shitload of memberships. You're a crazy person. And me by 59. And me by 59. That's how you say that, right? I guess that's very cool. Thank you so much for your multiple super chats. And then Carolyn Martin comes in hard with the 50 balloons for a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. And me 59 with $5 again. Handsome Joe with the big thumbs up. Mwah. Jojo, what can I say? You know what Jojo would? Oh, there's 2 new ones. Oh shit, look at this.
Yeah,
This just
yeah.
popped
They
in.
just
Jojo
came
just
in in
popped
the
in.
past 10 minutes.
Jojo just admitted to me that he has L'Occitane Verbena soap in every bathroom in his house and the shower gel. Because I had said, if somebody said, if you had unlimited funds for your favorite soap, I said, L'Occitane, the Verbena is the most delicious thing. And Joe's like, that's the only soap I use.
You don't think Aesop? I would go for
Aesop is like, I've only experienced that once, and it was in the American Airlines lounge shower room, and it was lovely, but it was like a kind of a dark musky vibe. I know they've gotten lots of different scents and all that stuff, so I don't have enough experience with it. I know Aesop is up there, but I love that verbena, lemon, lime, musky, fresh. But Joe said he wears that. Jojo, I didn't give you the Big Bang Boom, sir. I'm going to give it to you now. Let's go with your. Thank you, Jojo. And Brad B1. I was like, not only is he dressed well and he's handsome and he's a doctor, but he smells good. Catch, ladies. That's a catch. Good night, guys. Brad _ B1, $20. Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you so much. Let's give you a big bang schmackamagabi. Boom, boom, boom for that. Let's go with this guy. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for a fun show Friday nights. We love to do this show. He's been on the fucking air for 6 hours. So yeah, so fun stuff coming up this week. I don't know about Sunday Mass because I have to go to my aunt-in-law's funeral service. She died right before Christmas, so it was hard to get a mass together. We went to the graveyard and all that stuff. We didn't do a Catholic mass. We're going to be doing that on Sunday, so I'll let you guys all know about Sunday Mass. It might be the first Sunday Mass I cancel because I don't know if I can do it because of the time.
Here's an Italian lesson for you before we go.
Go.
What's wrong with what Vaughn said?
Buona notte, ti amo. My love, buona, good night. Should be loves. Ami, right? Ti ami? Or voi ami?
Ti amo is what you say to your lover.
Your lover. Buonanotte, amici.
Ti voglio bene.
Voglio bene.
Ti voglio bene.
Ti voglio bene.
I want you well.
I want you well. Oh, okay.
Like in English, when we say to our sister or mother, we go, I love you. Okay. But that's also what we would say to our lover.
Yeah, ti amo is
in
like
bed, right? Well, in Italy, they separate them. Ti amo is what you say to your lover. Ti voglio bene is what you say to your friend or your family member.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I'll never say that again to the guy in the suit store.
Never ever say in a ti amo.
Yeah,
Well, unless you literally have a crush on
unless there's
them and you
no,
want
no,
them to
no,
know
no.
that.
Believe me, I'm leaving
Don't
all
even-
that shit behind. I just want a great drink in the piazza. I don't want any of that shit. That's negozio e chiude. It's finished. That's done.
And he
Thanks so
should have
much.
said
Thanks,
he
man.
should have said V.
Oh, V. Yeah,
voglio
V.
bene.
V voglio bene.
Because
Well,
I assume you
that's
love
the things that
I
I'm
assume
gonna
you
do.
love me too, Vaughn.
Ti voglio bebe is better, says Joe. Look at that.
Baby.
Ti voglio bene. It's good. And then bon nuit. What is that? What is that? Portuguese? Probably is.
Bowen wheat. Yeah, I
Bon
don't know.
nuit.
Yeah.
Might be Portuguese.
Hmm.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Remember to hold the door. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you meet somebody who's not so nice, give them the benefit of the doubt. Because they're either the nicest person in the world or else what are they? They're a what? They're a cunt.